feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
What's up, FMFAM? How's everybody's Friday going? I don't know about y'all, but man, it feels like it's been a short week. Maybe because of the holiday. I don't know. Did y'all work on Monday? I sure in the hell didn't. I was supposed to have a 3-day weekend. I ended up only having a 2-day weekend, but that's because I had to finish up. What was that? Timing cover reseal on a Versa. So yeah. Anyways, how y'all doing? How's y'all's week been? I apologize, guys. I don't think on Tuesdays, I might not be able to go live on Tuesdays anymore. It is so hard with having my son and everything and having him go to bed early. So yeah, man. Unless I can find a way to stream during work one of these days, but this week was shit. Why, Sergio? But yeah, for the meantime, it's only Fridays right now. I apologize, guys. That's just what I got to do for now. Anyways, should mechanics and advisors get along? Is it possible for them to be friends or to coexist in a shop? And if you're not in a shop, I mean, what Sergio, do you have a dispatcher or something? Do you deal with do you have to deal with somebody telling you what to do, or I don't know, the guy that approves the work that you quote? I don't know. We're gonna talk about that. All right. I know in my personal experience, in my personal shit that I've dealt with, it's always been hit or miss with advisors. There's been advisors that I get along with very well, even if they can't sell on a troop train. Or there's advisors that can sell, but their attitude is just junk, you know? And there's been advisors that I just really haven't cared for. And there's been advisors where I've worked almost my whole career with and just constantly bump heads. You know, because we do the same thing day in and day out, right? And when they try to, how do we say this? They try to fuck you over, right? So, you know, in my personal opinion, guys, we do need to work together. And one cannot act better than the other in a way. Okay. Because y'all know advisors like to act like, well, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got that job. If it wasn't for me recommending and diagnosing this vehicle, you wouldn't have been able to sell that particular job, right? But it just goes hand in hand. And in my opinion, we just need to learn to get together. We just need to learn to get along and just get through the workday. Just get through the workday as best as possible. But anyways, what up, Sergio? What up, Peter? What up, Supra? What up, Shannon? How's it going? How's it going? Benjamin up in the building. I saw your comment somewhere right there. Who else we got? We have Peter. Peter, did I call Peter out? I don't even remember. What's going on, guys? How's it going? What up, FMFAM? Sergio, how's it going, bro? Eddie, what's going on? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you coming through. Yo, what up, Big Fluff? TBSS, how's it going? How you doing, bro? Friday already, bro. I'm telling you, it's been a short week. Even though I wish I was off tomorrow, but it's my scheduled day to go in, so I got to go in and then got to make some bread because I got a transmission to repair on one of our vehicles. I don't know if y'all was in here last week, but the HHR ain't doing so hot. Hello, everyone. How's it going, Peter? FM fam, what up, FM fam? Rise and shine. It's fluffy time. They should, but the advisors make it so hard to be on the same token. So unfortunately, we get stuck butting heads on different spectrums. That is absolutely correct. It happens more times than not. You know, I don't know if y'all ever dealt with this, but sometimes advisors like to act like like your boss. They try to act like they're the boss of you. And are they? No, I don't think so. Can we go without advisors? Some of us don't know how to talk to customers. I want to show y'all a meme real quick that I've had for a long time. I've had this meme since I was in Express. But you know how service advisors see themselves. I give you an extra 1/10 in labor, for I am a generous God. Do y'all agree? They be acting like that shit sometimes. I've known a couple in my lifetime, in my experience, in my career, that, like, dude, oh, I got you an extra 10th. You owe me lunch. What the what? You mean I owe you lunch for you doing your job? Or they, oh, you owe me. I got that sold for you. I owe you? I owe you for doing your job. Oh, that's weird. Yes, because we need them to sell the work. Because most of mechanics would most likely handle unprofessional. Actually, Super, you'd be surprised. The more the more you grow in the industry, because we have to talk to customers more times than we'd like to not. Am I saying that right? There's always going to be a time where we got to talk to a customer. And you learn, sometimes you say something wrong and you get pulled into the office, slap on the wrist, don't do that again. And then you just learn to know how to talk to customers. Like, I'll be talking shit about a customer over, talking to the advisor and blah, blah, blah. And then once the customer comes around, yes, sir. No, actually, what's going to happen is you need to do this, that, and the other. If you don't, unfortunately, this may happen. And what this service is actually going to do is this, that, and the other. And I'll be the one taking care of your vehicle. If you have any issues moving forward relating to this issue or this service or this repair, feel free to bring it in. Ask for me with whoever you're talking to on the service drive, and we'll get it in the shop as soon as possible. Sometimes, we have to turn on a professional we got to put our professional face on. It's weird. It is weird as hell talking like that. It is weird communicating to a customer like that. And by the way, guys, am I glitching? Because man, I keep getting an internet symbol. It's showing that my internet is like not doing so well. So if I'm lagging, I apologize. Hi all, Mr. Mark Olson. How you doing, brother? How are you doing? What up? Happy Friday to you, Ben. You did have some video lag. Man, I'm gonna have to say I want to run a wire, but like I'm gonna need like 200 feet of Ethernet, man. Found out my company bought the 7 stores from Tires for You or 4 Tires for You. Oh, really? Mic check. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This week was shit. What happened, Sergio? Look, everyone. Frank the Tank, how's it going, brother? Tires to You, correction. We'll have stores in Austin, San Antonio, Huddle, and Tempo. That's what's up. A lot of service advisors are arrogant a-holes. You know what bugs me the most? Is when the customer thinks that the technician or mechanic is the advisor, or that the advisor is the mechanic. So they'll greet them. They'll, oh, thank you for fixing my car. Here's, a cake, some cupcakes, some pizza. I brought you lunch for fixing. I was like, yo, what the hell? How they gonna take praise for what the work I did? Dang, all they did was this. Whatever. Right there with you. First Saturday of the month is my day to work. Ooh, man. We're on every third right now. For now. They wanted us to get up to so many technicians to be able to work teams of 3 or more. And we might have to go back to 2 teams. You know what I mean? It's worse when the advisor doesn't want to charge the customer and tell you can take a cut in the hours. Dude, that is the most aggravating thing. And this is how I present it to them. I tell them, oh, hold up. How do I get this off? Oh, stop screen. I tell them, why do I have to take a cut in my pay? Since you're trying to help the customer out, you're trying to give them a discount or whatever in order to make the sale, why don't you bring down your labor rate? Oh, well, then that's going to affect my average dollar per RO. You're affecting my average hours per day. So why do I have to take a cut? I'm the one actually doing the work. You're talking to a customer. I get it. Some customers are a pain in the ass, but don't knock me. There's so much that, before you cut my pay, at least talk to me. Hey, do you mind helping this customer out? I might be feeling froggy that day, or I might be doing good on hours for the week, and I might say, yeah, fuck it. Take that hour off. Waive the DIAG fee. Fuck it. We're doing a tune-up as well, and we're doing valve covers. Fuck it. Take that half hour off. It's all right. I'll do an idle relearn for free also. Fuck it. It just depends on how we're feeling, but don't just cut my hours just because you feel like it. Or they'll be like, oh, I didn't charge them DIAG. I felt bad. What? Feel bad for me when you're doing that to every single, at least once a day? Every day? That shit adds up. Do you think you can make a good living being a tech in this economy? Yes, absolutely. There's plenty of people still making a lot of money being a technician. Now, a lot has to do with location. And probably the brand that you work for, or I've heard some of the aftermarket or independent shops have slowed down too, like Midas and Firestone, NTB, and stuff like that. But how true that is, I don't know. My boss won't let me talk to customers because of my lack of communication skills with idiots. Dude, I wish they wouldn't let me talk to customers. Because there's sometimes, you get a customer that aggravates the hell out of you. And they'll be saying something and you just want to be like, no, there's no possible way that can even happen. Or like, man, there was one had to do with the transmission. He was like, yeah, it's not, my passing gear isn't engaging. Your passing gear. I just want to be like, could not duplicate passing gear that customer's talking about. Passing gear is non-existent. Right? And then there's those times also too, man. Idiot tax. Sometimes you just want to up the labor for, idiot tax. I talk to everyone the same, no matter who you are. I try to be a little bit more professional, bro. I try. Sometimes I'm successful, and sometimes I'm just annoyed. What up, Quick Ranch? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? I had my call center book an appointment today for a customer wanting us to air up the tires to see if the larger tire. What? I'll be, oh, hell nah. And you want me to do what? You better be paying me for that. He did have some video like, I hope I'm good now. I haven't seen that little icon pop up in a minute. I had a customer bring my advisor lunch. Even though I was the one to fix their car. Oh, look at that. I said, man. I said, I haven't seen that little icon pop up and connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, plug in the router or moving closer to it. AT&T. Car that they were struggling with from other shops. And that's an annoying thing too. Working on customer cars that came from a different shop, when they've done shotgun every freaking part that has to do with that system, like, bro, it was something dumb too. I always give my service advisors a box of cookies for fixing my car. That's what's up, bro. Least I can do. Hey, it's something, but just don't say, "Hey, Mr. Mechanic, this is for you for fixing my car." The advisors are the ones with the little collared button-up shirts that they smell good because they don't even break a sweat. Yeah. An annoyance fee. Hell yeah. Sometimes I feel like that. Good evening, Sizzleneck. What's going on, brother? How are you doing? All right, who's jumping on tonight? Anybody? Anybody out there? Quick Range, you out there? You down to jump on? It's gonna be a slow night. I feel it. I'm gonna see how it would work for me to transfer to hair store closed. 300. Damn. And now is that profit super or is that just how much they sold? Advisors are the face that get the recognition, even though we're the ones getting dirty and fixing the issues, and they will always take the credit. They will always, bro. Always. No matter what, they will always take that credit because they want to feel like the hero. And then they are on our ass. Are you done? 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 I need this car done because I'm trying to leave early. You don't think I want to leave early? Or like, it's funny because we'll come in on a Saturday, right? Like close out. Have to come in on the Saturday, finish up whatever work we have that's approved and parts are available, right? Or parts are in. We have to come to work dressed in our uniform, right? An advisor comes in, t-shirt, basketball shorts, chanclas. Damn, dude, must be nice to come to work comfortable. Shit, I have to wear my shop uniform, my work uniform. But you just get to come in however you want. That's crazy. And then they're hovering over your head. Are you done? Are you done? Are you almost done? I only came in to close this ticket out. Are you done? Are you done? Like, bro, what the fuck? I just started, dog. Chill out. Doubt the 300K though. I mean, it's possible. We have CSR, okay, so customer sales reps or customer sales reps and sales. CSR is just write up the quotes for the stuff we find. Sales bids bigger. Sales bids bigger jobs or contracts. Gotcha. I think in total, just not sure from profit. Oh, okay, I got you. Sup, y'all? Say it, Raid. Oh, damn. I was wondering where Turner was. What up, GMM? Turner, what's going on, Turner? Juan, what's going on? Leisure, how's it going? How's it going? Turner was live right now or what? Say here, Raid. Appreciate you coming true. Sucks to be you. I'm done when I'm done, and I'm pretty and will take longer. And I'm petty, and I will take longer if they put. Oh my goodness, bro! Don't fucking rush me. If you rush me, yeah, I'm right there with you, Ben. Because then, you know what's gonna happen if I fuck up, right? If I fuck up or I forget a bolt or something, who takes the blame? Me. I can't be like, well, Bozo over here was freaking rushing me and all up in my ear. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? So he made me forget that. Nah, well, he just can't. So yeah, sometimes I'll just sit down and, oh my God, are you done yet? No, I'm not done. What do you think? I'm chilling. It'll be done by the end of the day. That's what I tell him. It'll be done by the end of the day. Just to be an ass. Raid. There he is. Juan. Chanclas for Sayer and Monkey. Chanclas, pink chanclas for why pink? Was live. Was he? I did not know that. Had an advisor force me to come in. My day off to close the ticket for end of the month. Knew if I didn't come in, she give it away. But when I need an hour, she left early in the state. Dude, and sometimes they will take their time to get shit approved. I get it. You're waiting on the customer, but yo, you know, spark a little, put a little spark under there. Like, damn, you know, hate to say it, but when it's slow is when you need the customers to be a little more approve it or not. And then, of course, whatever happens, or this always happens actually, it's slow. They take their time to get shit approved, or the customer takes their time to get something approved or to approve something. And then what happens at the end of the week? Are you almost done yet? Oh my God, I need this car. I need this car. Customer's waiting and they can't leave it over the weekend. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, you just approved it. You approved it at 3 o'clock on a Friday. What is wrong with you? No, I'm not going to have it done. Bozo. Who's Bozo? Oh, that's what I said, right? Wow. I would not listen. I would not say live I'm a zombie, but I was streaming. But you saved everyone from the pain of my test. You're doing a test? What test? I love my new shop. I got 3 bays now and 2K space to work, desk and all. But damn, 3 bays? 2K space to work. What do you mean 2K space? 2,000 square feet? Hola, Kevin. What's going on, Kev? How you doing, brother? How are you doing, Kevin? How's it going over there in I don't remember where you're from, but over there in Georgia. Now, if I were to choose Austin or SA, why is that? Why is that, Supra? Damn, guys, my fucking stomach is itching. What the hell? I'm from Earth. My name. Huh? I'm from Earth. My name. What are you talking about, kid? He has 2K inches of space. He uses a mini toolbox. Oh, gotcha. Ask him the CBT question. Turner, hold on, guys. The hell's going on? It's transferred to since my company opens stores out there. Why Texas? It's getting expensive out here, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, my workspace is as big as my entire. Damn, dude. You asked where? Oh, I meant from in Georgia. In Georgia. I'm gonna send out some invites right now. All right. Apparently, Turner has a question for me. A CBT question, I'm guessing. That's what we're gonna see if I know this. Present. Oh no, not present. Invite. Copy. And guys, I'm not trying to stay on too late. Too late. And last time I almost died the next day. Oh, at least I'd have more work. Maybe. That's subjective. This week has been rough. I feel you, bro. My week's gone quick, and then it's also been a pain in the ass at the same time. It's a CVT question. I should know it. I probably won't though. I'm not even that smart when it comes to working on cars. I just know what I know. If you ask me anything new, I'm probably like, I have to see it first. Who else was it? Oh yeah, Dave. Freaking everybody's emails. Holy shit. I don't know if Dave's home yet or not, but we'll give it a shot. Is these damn what? No one is. These damn things advance faster than you can keep up. True. That is very true. My shop's location is crap. And business, there is a hit or miss. Probably the least profitable store in Tucson. And lots of safety. I feel like that's in every shop. Safety concerns. They ain't worried about our safety, bro. This is just they just want to pass a walkthrough and that's it. And then yeah, David's home. David's home, by the way. All right, Dave, I sent you an email. Kev, I'm gonna send you one too. If you want to hop on. Sergio, also, I know you, the last couple times you've had to hop off or you hop on right at the end when I'm about to hop on. You hop on at the end when I'm about to hop off. I don't know what the hell I was trying to say. Yes, techs and advisors should be able to work together. Advisors need techs as their source of income. I'll finish and talk live. All right, bro. But I agree. We do need to learn to get along a lot better. I don't know how it was, years and years ago, but it's become an issue. Talk real quick, Turner. Oh, I did not hear y'all come in.
There.
Oh, okay. Let's see. In a modern CVT system, which scenario is most likely to cause a condition known as what?
Belt mode.
Failure. Okay. Never heard of belt mode failure, but what are the underlying mechanic factors contributing to this factor? Excessive engine RPM at low speeds due to improper calibration of primary and secondary pulleys. Sluggish acceleration due to hydraulic pressure in the CVT system. Belt fragmentation due to misalignment between the primary and secondary pulleys. Overheating and fluid degradation due to insufficient cooling system performance. So belt mode, I'm guessing that's just the belt slipping.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a belt mode is when it starts to slipping, but you also get a little bit of chatter.
Okay, that could be. See, because I'm just going based off of Nissan. B, it could be B. Could be D.
No, it wouldn't be B.
Huh?
B is not answering the question, it's asking another question. Look at how it's written. What would cause a condition? A sluggish acceleration is not a cause, it's an effect.
Yeah, but so is excessive engine RPM at low speed.
Exactly. So now you're down to C and D. So a D would do so. Fluid degradation would cause the belt issue. Insufficient cooling would also cause the same thing. Either belt failure or
belt fragmentation
stretching
would be a cause.
Right. C would also do it. But what's the likelihood is primary and secondary pulleys being misaligned?
Yeah, it'd have to be D then. Because CVT transmissions do not like heat at all.
No.
That was a weirdly worded.
It sounds like an ASE question. I hate those.
The CVT system belt mode failure refers to catastrophic failure where the CVT belt fragments and breaks apart. Seen that? That's severe.
Okay, so it
This
says
is
the
most
pulley
likely
thing.
caused by
See, like I said, it
misalignment.
could have been C or
What?
D.
But
right. But right, see, the problem is how is it going to be misaligned? They're not going to get misaligned unless something happens.
Well, see, improper pressures can cause that because you'll have one pulley trying to squeeze and the other one's just staying put.
Yeah. But then you'd also have a blockage somewhere.
That wouldn't cause misalignment though, because it'd be still riding in the center.
Yeah, it'd be a different gear than what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
See, I hate ASE test questions. They're fucking stupid.
When the pulley is this really an ASE test question?
This is a red seal exam test question. This is
Same shit.
Oh no, red
Written by a GM guy.
Over time, this alignment causes increased friction and localized overheating, leading to a belt fragmentation and breakage.
See, there it is right there. It even said it, overheating.
Regular inspection and maintenance of pulley alignment.
How the fuck are you going to do that?
What?
How are you going to check a pulley alignment? You can't. You have to tear the whole motherfucker apart.
Yep.
Oh, no, that is bad. That is a horrible question.
I know, exactly.
It
ASE
is.
question, right there.
It's a horrible question. No, once a week I do a random test on trades, and these were this is one of the questions that was coming up. I started on some easy ones, and then you went live, so you spared everyone the pain and agony of the more difficult questions.
What's getting bad too on the ASC? Like I use the ASC renewal app, right?
Mm-hmm.
Questions on there are just ridiculous, and like you're able to comment on there, and like you just see all these people just that makes no fucking sense, blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
dude,
like
what
who the hell wrote the questions?
Do the ASC questions also ask you mathematical equation questions and stuff like that, or are they just more baseline questions?
Baseline.
That's the one thing that I hate about the red seal tests, because they'll have mathematical equations, that have chemical formula and stuff like that. And
as far as mathematical, that's mainly electrical.
Yeah,
just asking about amps, watts, ohms,
V over R squared.
Yeah. I just finished getting all the questions for the new EV exams, and that next week I'm going to be doing a stream where I'm going to be running those questions through everyone. That should be interesting. EV. I love torturing people.
Well, at least up in Canada, you're allowed to. Down here, we can't.
Right? Let's see. There's a lot happen. Huh? There's a lot of hopping going on. What do you mean? Hoping? See, everybody. Damn, Kevin.
What?
The belt misalignment. That's crazy. The valve stem to guide clearance question was wrong. Oh, there was a valve stem to guide clearance question?
No. Okay. The question was a dial indicator. Here, I'll bring it back up. It was a dial indicator question. Let's see. When using a digital no, that's not it.
Bring it up.
I'm working on it. There we go. That's good. No, I closed it. Give me a second, yeah.
You're already up to 10.
Yeah.
Let's see where's the paint. Got to open up my MS Paint again. And there we go. Good old trusty Microsoft Paint. I love it. Okay, here we go. Present. Share screen. Window. There we go. This is the question that Juan is all pissy about.
No question. There we go.
What is the function of a dial indicator in mechanical work. Measuring electrical, yes, definitely. Checking the flatness of a surface, questionable. Measuring small distances or angles, what? Hold on.
I'd have to go with B.
Yes.
Nope.
Wait.
What does a dial indicator do primarily?
It would be C.
Oh, yeah.
It's C, measuring small distances or angles. Run
what
out.
Was I thinking of?
When you're checking for a flat surface, what's it doing? It's measuring the heights. When you're checking a flat surface, what's the most typical way that a person's going to do it? They're going to use a flat bar,
straight bar,
a
straight bar, and a feeler gauge.
But when you're doing mechanical work, what do you use your dial indicators the most?
Oh, it's still
run out on your brakes.
He was still talking about. He was still talking about.
But that's not distances, though.
He was still talking about maintenance with the feeler gauge. He was still talking about maintenance. That question was maintenance with the feeler gauge.
Measuring small distances, or
the valve guide one. Not valve guide.
The valve guide one. Oh yeah, the valve guide.
That's not a valve guide.
Distances or angles. If it was distances, like checking clearance,
it wouldn't be valve guide. It'd be valve clearance. Valve.
It'd be. I would say for like if it was C. Caliper, a dial caliper.
I gotta find that valve guide now. That's the one that he wanted. The valve guide.
It should be a valve guide.
What was that valve guide
adjustment question? It was about feeler gauges.
Yeah. Lombardo sensor, hydraulics, spring support, continuous maintenance. Oh, which tool is used for measuring the gap between two parts, such as the clearance between valve guides and stem guides? Is that the one?
I don't get how do you measure the difference between a valve guide with a feeler gauge?
Here, just hold on.
And what's a stem guide versus a valve guide?
Yeah, that's the question. I think you guys just might have misread it.
Which tool is measured? Which tool is used to measure the gap between two parts, such as clearances between valve stem and its guide? You wouldn't.
Micrometer.
No, you wouldn't. How are you gonna?
You can't get it in there.
How are you gonna use a feeler gauge to check distance between the stem and the guide? It'd be
no. Wait, hold on. Wait.
The stem is the stem is the back.
No, you'd be checking the clearance between the rocker and the stem.
You'd have to be dial indicator.
Like on a Honda, you'd use a fucking
hold on
feeler gauge.
Wait. The valve stem and the guide. We're talking the guide, the insert inside the head, where the valve's moving up and down. Not distance between the lift, not between the rocker.
Guide is under the spring. The guide is under the spring.
Exactly.
Right. So it's a side-to-side motion. It's going to be a dial indicator, not an up and down. It's a side-to-side.
Yes, but you can use a micrometer also.
No, because it only measures a thickness. Dial indicator is going to be a move back side to side.
Have you seen those? Fuck! Is it like a
poorly written? That's a poorly written question.
Yeah,
it's another
poorly written question. Because where they go wrong with this question is such as the clearance between. So they're asking for something a tool that you use to measure clearances between an object. Where they went wrong, instead of saying valve, they valve and the valve stem and rocker.
It should be like play and play.
Yeah, this was just a very poorly worded question.
Right, the dial indicator.
The answer they wanted was a feeler gauge. The answer was what they wanted was a feeler gauge to check the clearance between two parts. That's where they went wrong with this question.
You can't put a feeler gauge in between a valve stem
and a guide. That's where they made a mistake in writing this question.
Like y'all seen these thingamajigers, right?
Yeah.
And some of them have just the ball, and then the ball will spread open, and then you measure it with the micrometer.
Yeah, that's like to measure bore distance.
Yeah,
it's inside micrometer.
You can use a micrometer to measure valve guides. and then measure the stem. Of course, that it has to be out though.
Yeah.
It has to be torn apart.
See,
What's a Canadian? It's a Canadian question. It's a Canadian question.
It's like measuring a piston to the cylinder.
Yep. No, see, they made a huge mistake with valve stem and its guide. It should have been valve and rocker.
Well, maybe in Canada they couldn't
That's where they made the big
valve
mistake.
down.
Yeah.
Well, for that question, I'd still say micrometer.
Yeah,
you're gonna stick something down into the valve guide, measure that. You're gonna get the inside diameter of that, and then you're gonna measure the thickness of the valve stem itself.
Or you can use the dial indicator on the back of the micrometer. Like my micrometers, you put the dial indicator into the back of it, and so when I go down, the dial indicator moves as they push in and out.
Right, you're checking for
clearances,
different clearances and stuff between one part of the metal than the other.
These test questions are so stupid. I'm gonna make sure they fucking stop playing "Oh Canada" fucking songs when the damn Toronto Maple Leafs and all the Canadian hockey teams are in town.
But the same bullshit.
If my test questions were not timed, I would bring up my test questions for the ASC app, and y'all would be like, "What in the fuck?"
You know, it's something I didn't know until a buddy of mine brought that to my attention. In professional hockey, in the NHL, when an American team is playing a Canadian team, in Detroit, I know in Chicago they also do. They probably do it in all the original hockey teams. They play the American national anthem, and then they play the Canadian national anthem.
Yeah,
they do not do that in every NHL stadium. There's some of them only sing the American national anthem.
They should if they're playing an opposing team.
And I watched a hockey game the other day at the start. I'm trying to remember who was playing who. He was down in Florida. I want to say Calgary was playing Tampa Bay Lightning, and they did not sing the national anthem for Canada. They only sung the American national anthem.
Why was he so mad? That's what we freaking said. Bring up measuring valve stem to guide clearance question. And more valve guide 1 AM. Question in there. Oh, that sounded good.
No, it was weak.
Distance of Subway sandwich.
Distance of a subway.
And then electronically. Oh, what? I was reading.
Oh, yes. Yeah. In an electronically controlled automatic transmission, what component is responsible for controlling the shift points? A, the throttle position sensor. B, the transmission control module. C, vehicle speed sensor. Or D, engine control module.
Wing snap.
Depends on who you are. The TCM if it controls it, but in actuality, it's going to be a shift solenoid that controls it.
But what controls the shift solenoid?
What controls the shift solenoid? The transmission control module.
Well, engine RPM is a determining factor as well.
The control module gets its information from the engine control module, so that's another
throttle position sensor as well. Are you wide open throttle? The shift points are going to be later.
Fluffy.
Huh?
Fluffy.
What?
What is a TPS? What is it?
Throttle position sensor.
No. What is it to a computer?
An input.
Exactly. It can't tell what to do. It gives the information the TCM then tells it what to do.
Okay, so then it's going to be the TCM. PCM, TCM.
Because you got to think of it like your eyes. Your eyes are an input. Your eyes don't do jack shit, but tell your brain what it sees. Your brain determines what's going to happen.
True.
Any input is like that. People always think that with like oxygen sensors or something like that. Oh my God, my O2 sensor is bad because of this. Like,
no.
Well, the computer's only doing what the O2 sensor shows. The computer tells what it's going to do based off of software.
I argued with one of my young techs the other day that he says you're wrong. He's going to class right now at a community college, and he was trying to diagnose the car, and it was misfiring, and He says it's misfiring. He said, shouldn't I be reading rich on the O2 sensor?
Nope, it's the other way around.
You're going to read. They're going to be lean. He goes, that's not what I've been taught. I've been taught that unburnt fuel is going to make it go rich. I said,
oxygen sensor, reading oxygen.
It doesn't measure fuel. It measures oxygen.
Right. Measures oxygen.
If you're not having a combustion event take place, you got
more.
All this
more
oxygen
O2
going into the exhaust.
Yes,
I said,
more.
Reading that oxygen. He goes, that's not what my instructor taught me. I'm like, you either took wrong notes, or your instructor doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And you go back and talk to your instructor about this. And if he says I'm wrong, I'll show up at class one day for you. And me and your instructor can go round and round.
It's exactly opposite of what you think.
The only way it's going to know it's running rich is because it's going to see a lack
of oxygen sensor reads levels of oxygen in the
right. Doesn't give a shit about anything else. Not a damn thing. Because all it is a sensor.
And what kind of a sensor is it?
Wideband, narrowband?
No.
I'm just talking old-fashioned O2 sensor. Not no wideband, air-fuel ratio sensor, any of that shit.
That's still all the same.
Yeah, I understand that.
No, the metal that's in there, not metal, but the
filament
reads.
The material it uses?
Yes.
I forget what the hell that shit's called.
Yeah, I never got into the
it's not the piezoelectric, right? Those are injectors.
Yeah, those are injectors.
That's a
I don't remember what the
map barrel. Those are the piezos. They're little crystal stones and the stuff that vibrate and give off a frequency.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's see. Let's see if you two know the answer to this one.
D.
D.
No. Which component in a modern diesel engine is responsible for reducing NOx by converting them to?
I don't think they have EGRs.
Yeah,
I don't see horse piss up there.
Yeah, horse piss is up there.
Where?
I'd say DPF.
It's a selective catalytic reduction system. The SCRE is what does it, because that's what dumps the urea into it, converting the NOx into harmless nitrogen water. The DPF is just a particulate filter.
So then would it be exhaust gas recirc?
No, you don't have an EGR on diesels.
Yeah, you have exhaust gas, but that just recirculates it. It doesn't convert NOx. You have to have a chemical reaction to convert one chemical to another chemical.
Yeah, but how do we bring down NOx in a vehicle?
Put an EGR on it.
And that does what?
Why does EGR lower the NOx in a
puts an inert gas
into oxygen? Why does an EGR in a gasoline engine? Why does it lower the
inert gas?
It takes unburnt fumes. It takes unburnt fumes into the intake, back to the engine, therefore reducing the emissions output. But it's
it's actually combustion chamber temperatures.
Yes, it's already burnt shit. You can't burn anything that's already burnt.
Yeah, it reduces the combustion chamber temperatures.
Inert
reduces the NOx that comes out your exhaust, and then your converter further reduces it.
C.
You see. Let's see.
I would say
exhaust gas recirculation doesn't convert anything. It does not convert.
No,
but it reduces. It reduces,
but it's not converting.
Oh, we're talking about gas shit. Fuck the diesel. I'm talking about gas stuff.
Let's see. EGR EGR will bring down EGR doesn't really 100% actually change the temperature of the combustion chamber too much, because that will be done through your cylinder head and block cooling system. EGR is literally taking unburnt gases, so that it literally helps the vacuum of the engine pulls the unburnt gases, because no engine burns 100% of it, and you can actually run engines off of exhaust. Like you can literally take unburnt exhaust, like exhaust that still has remnants of unburnt gas and also nitrous oxide, and dump that back in, therefore creating more fuel to compress. EGR is a way of actually cutting down the amount of your NOx gases output by burning a percentage of it back into the engine and reburning the unburnt gases. And then from there, it will eventually make its way out. But EGR doesn't cool your exhaust temperature down because it's not going through the exhaust system. And
so
it's
what
not
is
going through, and the EGR does not.
It cools down the
what does
exhaust.
the DPF do? The DPF just filters
it's
out the soot, or what?
It grabs carbon. The DPF grabs carbon.
So then it'd have to be C then, because the catalyst is what's going to cause chemical reactions.
And that's the same thing that's the gas part, the new gas system that's used in the GPA. It's a scree system. It does the same thing. It's going to use urea to convert the nitrous oxide gas to nitrogen and water. And that's what sucks. Gas cars really don't need it. Gas cars just need to be tuned properly.
Hey, Fluffy, do you know what the first mission control ever installed on a vehicle was?
A mission control?
Or a emission reducing a device?
It's in the 70s, wasn't it?
You know what it was, though?
I think it was a catalytic converter.
No, it's a PCV valve.
PCV, okay.
PCV, yep.
Yeah, we used to slit the shit exhaust out the valve covers, remember?
Yep.
The fuck?
Because that's what all the PVC valve, it just recirculates the crankcase pressure gases back into the intake, burnt into the engine.
Burns them off before we just let them escape in the atmosphere.
We got a $10 donation. Appreciate it. Wrenching Mafia. Let's hit the like button.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. If y'all could please give it a thumbs up. YouTube now allows y'all to click like. I don't know if y'all can reply to those.
Fluffy loved those 70s cars and those early 80s cars where they had all those thermo switches on them, all those vacuum lines running everywhere, doing a bunch of bullshit that probably didn't do anything.
Sounds like an Audi.
Half the hoses on your carburetor didn't even need to be there.
A snap gauge to measure the guide. Is that what I was looking for, M? I kept thinking of.
Have you guys seen
Yep.
There's a YouTube guy called Smarter Every Day. He does a
Lewis.
He does a real good visual on how a carburetor works. He made a plastic carburetor where you can actually see the Venturi system work firsthand.
That's actually cool.
Here's something cool. How does a gas pump work?
By sucking and then
pump works the exact same way as a carburetor.
Yep. Creates a Venturi.
Yep. That's how it knows when the pressure changes coming up the tube. It knows exactly, and then trips the mechanical mechanism to pop it off.
See, the old low PSI, like the old 1512s were pulse pumps, and they'd go ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and they created a vacuum, and they just delivered fuel up to be put through a Venturi. But modern fuel pumps, the high pressure fuel pumps, anything that's usually over 20-35 PSI, those are all going to be a Venturi, which is going to help regulate, and it will actually be controlled by voltage. A lot of people don't know this, but your PCM on a lot of your modern vehicles can control the voltage, which controls the speed of the motor, creating that Venturi in the pump.
Ours are pulse width. So we have a duty cycle.
Venturi and what pump?
Gas pump.
Yeah, fuel pumps. Your fuel pumps.
And you can put gas in the car.
Wait, what?
It uses rotation to create a Venturi that creates pressure. And the faster the rotation, where a pulse pump, it's got a diaphragm. A pulse pump has a diaphragm. Where a rotary pump, most of those pumps use a rotary. Like a high-speed water pump, like for your RV, that's going to create a Venturi effect, and it's going to swirl the water, and it creates a Venturi, And that venturi will create extra suction, reducing the pressure and the amount of energy needed for the pump to actually pump the fuel, because it will create its own suction through the creation of the venturi.
There you go.
That was too deep.
People want to watch it.
Oh, no, you got to share it. You got to share this video.
Working on it.
Come on. I want to see. I want it. Now I got to get me one of them transparent carburetors. I'm gonna have to get hold of them.
But ain't that how a pump normally works, though?
What's that?
Creates a low pressure on one side,
Create
a high pressure on the other.
No, because it's using a mechanical item to pump it.
Yeah.
You're only talking about that when you need to know how much pressure is actually in the system.
Yeah.
Okay. M, subtract the difference. Yes. Get an outside, get an inside diameter, and subtract it. That's how we find depth also. Yep. Hey, Mark. Yeah, it was wet. Hi, Shannon. The distance. Oh, we got five donations. Appreciate it. GMM. The distance of $100. What? Snap gauge. Richard, what's going on? Should have been measuring the distance between the valve stem and rocker.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That is just a weird question. Shannon, why did they check this question?
They're all damn weird.
Yo, Easy Tech, what's good? What's good? Emily, yo, Easy Tech. Joe, hello. The correct answer to the question was a feeler gauge. Wait, what? Oh, you didn't show the answer. That's why I'm still like.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It's like I said, the answer that they wanted was feeler gauge, but they wrote the end of the question wrong. Someone made an error when writing the question.
No, you know what happened? It was the French that wrote that question, and when it got converted into English.
Probably. That's probably what happened. Goddamn Quebec. Just gotta watch out. Trudeau might come get me.
It's a feeling gauge just to fit in there. John, hey man, what do you recommend for a CVT service? I've seen some people change the filter, and some say just drain and fill that up. Sometimes get into that filter. If you want to replace that cartridge filter, sometimes you got to take the bell housing off.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend that.
Yeah, good luck with that.
That one's supposed to be lifetime. Now they do have a screen that you can replace, but literally that screen is gonna filter shavings. It's not gonna filter your little, freaking glitter stuff.
I think that was one of the most ignorant engineering oopses. Let's put a filter in the transmission and make sure you got to tear the thing out and pull it apart to do it.
Saves the transmission.
TCM gets info from multiple sources. True, Mark. A lot of inputs. This test was in paper form. Dave would rip it up to shreds. What up, Fluffy? And all on Nissan, is it the same fluid for transfer case and rear end GL? No. Depends on the vehicle itself. Most of our transfer cases in the rear wheel drive vehicles use an ATF. And then if it's a front wheel drive vehicle, normally it uses 7590 or 8090.
Actually, that drain plug bit, that little short that you made on that drain plug, actually came in handy.
There's multiple people that I've talked to.
I did not realize that they actually did that. I did not.
Yeah, because there was a guy that, I don't know who watches my videos.
Not me.
And and randomly, I'm walking through the shop, and one of the guys goes, "Hey, Fluff, come here." He goes, "I didn't know these things had a tube in there." He goes, "I saw one of your shorts on it." I was like, "What? You watch my shit, bro? I barely know you. I've only known you a week."
Oh.
He's like, "Yeah." When I first...
Speaking of that, there's a dumbass that made a comment on one of the Sentra videos that I did doing a CVT transmission. Where same thing, you gotta unscrew the drain bolt and then put a tool in to
transmission.
Right, and you can only pump it in that way. He's saying, "Oh, there's a thing up top that you can unscrew and put it in." I'm like, I don't think so.
Yes.
You can put it in from the top as well.
It has a dipstick tube about that long.
Did you
What
have to
I
install?
do, huh?
You have to install it, or it's there?
No, it's there. It's there. The dipstick tube is there. So you know how we put those caps on our tubes?
Right.
Okay, it has that same cap. What I do, I unbolt it. I unbolt the the dipstick tube. I unbolt it, take the cap off, put the dipstick tube back on, and use a long ass funnel and feed it down like that.
Okay, but the manual says you have to pump it in through the bottom.
Yeah, it's same. That's the same for all the transmissions. Is they want you to pump it in through the bottom. But what's the point if I got to drop the vehicle back down to start it, and then it's quick? It's quicker.
You remember the old Ford transmissions, right, Kevin?
Yeah, same shit.
To buy that stupid goddamn tool.
Mm-hmm.
I hated those things.
Damn, Jaguar has
put my money on quick
board
injectors and RPGs for what? GMM? Oh heck yeah, Dave's wins the Kings match. I'm deaf. You're deaf? Oh no. Good thing we're reading right now.
What are you doing? I do not understand.
Cal P. D. LOL. DPF does the DPF does not affect NOx. Huh? DPF does not affect NOx. I'm going to kick YouTube's ass down. Dude, really? And I hope it's not. What kind of ads are they, Shannon? I'm curious because we haven't mentioned a particular company all stream.
Well, I heard there depends. I don't know how they got depends, but they seem.
Yo, mechanics and advisors are a team and need each other. That is true, Dave. Dad's Garage. What's going on, sir? Hopefully you're doing good. Oh no, I heard something fall in the background. Yeah, it sucks, Shannon.
See, Fluffy's gonna start getting depend commercials from having a couple old parts on his stream with him.
That's just you.
What up, Fluffy? What up, Busted Radio? How you doing, bro? EGR gives it a second chance. Yes.
Well, Kevin, have you ever noticed I never get up to go to the bathroom while I'm on stream? Depends.
You probably have a colostomy bag or something.
I do. I sure as fuck do. Look, it's right. Never mind. I'm not gonna show it. Y'all gonna judge me. Reggie, how you doing?
As long as you don't see it.
Oh shit. EGR takes up volume in the cylinder. Hello, Shannon. Wrenching, you trying to hop on or what? PCV valve. Oh shit. Who's this stranger? Oh no. Oh no. Don't even talk. Sir, we don't need you talking. We don't need you corrupting our stream.
The den of fools.
Road draft tube. What's going on, CP?
I'm just your friendly neighborhood tool bear.
The den of fools.
Do I need to set my thing to under 18 or what?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. My mouth isn't moving, so it's okay.
Mommy, the cute teddy bear told me to go to Harbor Freight and buy some tools. Can I have some tools?
Road draft tube.
What's up, Sergio?
PCV. I don't miss those vacuum lines. What up, Serge?
So Sergio, did you get those broken bolts out?
Oh no.
4 of them out.
4 of them? Yeah. You got to buy one of those battery powered welders, Sergio. Come on.
One of them I couldn't get out, and I think, but I know I heard you. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't realize I still had the other stream running. Like, I know I heard you, dude. No, one of them I couldn't get out, and then my bit, it was starting to go, and then it got hung up again, and then my extractor bit broke.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
So I just kind of like, I'm like,
I would have went home.
I'm like, all right, let me work on something else, and then I'm like, I think it can still seal without that one bolt, right? Because it's got like, it's like a, like a,
flange, round flange,
like a flange, yeah. So it's just like it's on a pump, so it's just like I think if I just silicone the shit out of it, it'll still seal.
You'll be fine. It's such a big flange, and so it's got like 7 out of 8 bolts holding it down. That thing ain't gonna
it's like 10. It's like 10. So yeah, and then today, so I'm like putting this thing together, and it's like the way this pump goes together is like different than your average pump, and it's like dude, I had to take the sleeve off like 3 times, which means I put it on, then I had to heat it up and pull it off, put more stuff on there. It's like, oh, and then like the last time I did it, there's like a cup that holds the spring for the rotating seal.
Yeah.
Bro, that thing, I dropped it and it rolled across the roof under this platform right into a roof drain.
Oh.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me? You know, like I called the where we get like our pump supply house and stuff, and they're like, the guy's like, I don't mean to be mean, but that's kind of funny. I'm like, I know. It's like I couldn't have made that shot if I tried.
That's crazy.
And yeah, dude. And he's like, no, we got one of those here. We'll just give it to you. Just come by and grab it. I'm like, oh, thank God.
I feel sorry for you.
God.
Yeah, so I mean, no, they're cool, and we do a lot of business with them. So it's like a little couple dollar piece is not gonna like
No.
Yeah,
mean
set them
anything.
back.
But dude, yeah, it was just like after that, I'm like, I'm done. I packed up all my stuff. I told them what was going on. They're like, don't worry about it. That thing's been a pain in the ass since you pulled it apart. So
Be back.
I was feeling for you when you posted that short, man. I'm like, oh God, yeah, you.
Dude, and I didn't even like put any like torque on those bolts, dude. I literally had like put my ratchet on it. Like I didn't even use an impact. I put my ratchet on it, and I like the side I was on, so I lifted up, and like as I like barely put any pressure and just went.
Well, looking at that pipe, those were probably old Ford. Like,
well,
old
no,
Ford
what happened? That
steep-
pump isn't that old. What happened was the seal leaked, and it was I don't know, whoever installed it or whatever. They insulated everything, so all that insulation got wet.
Yeah.
So I think it had been leaking for a while, so everything was wet in there, and then it rusted.
Yeah. But had they gotten some grade 8, grade 10 stainless steel, that would.
Yeah, I mean, I replaced all the bolts of the stuff that I put in, or if I got new bolts and stuff, and then because like some of the ones I took out, like the threads that aren't even like on like in any of the threaded parts, literally were like gone.
Wow.
So I'm
like, shit! What up, God. Renegade?
Yeah, dude, it was a. I told the guy there, and he's just like, don't worry about it, man. It's like shit happens. Just, I know you'll get it back up and running. So I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I just felt like shit. Like I stepped away. I'm like, got something to drink, ate lunch, and I'm just like, all right, okay. I think I'm gonna try it again.
with a calm mind.
Yeah, I had to like walk away for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'm just like, nah, this ain't happening.
That shit happens. And the PCV valve gets plugged with engine oil. Yep, we've seen that plenty of times, especially when people keep fucking going over their oil change intervals. What's up, WM? What up, Lewis? Gerator pumps, I think he means. Gerator? Y'all go check out that video. GMM, appreciate the five membership donations. Appreciate it. A rotary pump. Hey everyone. What up? Mr. David. Quebec strikes again. Hey David. Kinda duh.
Those Quebecan separatists.
You gotta remove the drain bolt. They're no bolt.
I made a joke about that to some Canadian friends once, and they're like, "No, that's a real thing, dude."
It is.
Yeah. I'm like, "What? Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah."
We
like
tried trading Quebec for Washington State, and even how screwed up Washington State is, we still think we would have got better end of the deal. So.
Wait, they're running political ads?
Oh, God.
Okay, you guys can just give it back to France, but they don't think they want it either.
No, they don't.
Wow.
Right here.
What's that? What's it say? Hold on.
Going green is not always best.
What? What? You don't say. You don't say.
I'm just flipping through magazine that comes to my house.
Mr. Fluffy, what?
Born.
What's up,
Shop
DLC
owner
Christ? How's
magazine.
it going? How's it going, my good
Shop
sir?
owner.
Does that one have a centerfold?
I'll tell you what I haven't seen in it so far is Harbor Freight advertisement.
Imagine
they know better than you get involved with shop owners.
Imagine opening up a tool magazine and there's like a giant fold out of a ratchet or something. Eh? Oh yeah, baby.
This is for the bear.
Oh,
I really
yeah, I already knew about that. I helped invent that.
What is it?
I really
I don't
need
know.
these tools.
I have a Harbor Freight opening here in
So
town.
you got-
I have it towing.
You got a former IT guy shilling tools, and then you got a insurance guy with Parkinson's shilling fucking drills and shit. What else we
What the
got?
hell is shilling?
It means that you're promoting stuff or pandering for money or.
Oh yeah, you got a landscaper who claims he's never received anything from Snap-on, even though he used to literally work for Snap-on. I'm like, that's a factual lie, but
This
okay.
page here explains how to use a hammer the proper way.
You know, I
That's
got
probably gonna take
I
3
know how to use
pages.
a hammer. Just swing the shit out of it. If it
Uh-huh.
doesn't work, you get a bigger one.
I got a
32
serious question. I got a serious question.
Shrimp corruptor.
I know I'm sure everybody's probably gonna have the same answer, but why is there so much hate towards Snap-on when everybody has to pretty much buy everything from Snap-on that they talk about, and yet Harbor Freight hands out thousands of tools to everybody all over the internet, and everybody just like worship the ground they live on.
What the fuck?
That was awesome. I thought we were gonna get like I thought fucking to get serious. He was pulling up on me.
He's about to get serious, man.
Well, here,
Dude, I was just playing with the remote and I just said, "What
Dude,
the
that was
fuck?"
awesome. I thought you were
Time
pulling up
That
on me.
scared me.
well, I think it's kind of like to use this analogy. I guess it's kind of like how gun control people go after the NRA. It's just an easy target, even though the NRA doesn't really do shit.
I think it's a better explanation for it. You know, you have a Chevy Tahoe XL, and your neighbor has a Cadillac Escalade. You know, premium luxury package, and you sit there and what an asshole! Spent $90,000. I got the same damn thing that does the same thing that does. It's just as good as that. The problem is the guy that owns the Chevy Tahoe can't afford the Escalade, so he's got to make it like,
yeah,
the Escalade's a pile of shit. His Tahoe's just as good. It does the same thing. The guy's an idiot for spending the money. It's a
I will say that stupid Snap-on extractor broke on me, so
all extractors break, and it sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
and then I broke one of the left-handed drill bits too because like I was drilling it. It was the little one because I was drilling like a pilot hole first, right? And it drilling it, and then it was at a weird angle, and then like my elbow slipped and it just fucking snapped it.
Imagine 40 years ago when extractors came out and everybody was they were all the rage, and it was the RBRT.
Right.
You know, and like everybody said, "Oh, this is the best thing ever." Like, and they get everything out. They literally work just the same as everything else does. It works 50% of the time, every time.
Hey, Fluff, jump
I
down.
mean, I got most of the bolts I needed out.
Yeah,
and
jump down to the bottom real quick.
But I gotta. But the Snap-on guy was saying he's like the.
Wait, which one?
I got kind of confused.
BC comment.
Snap-on copies.
What do you got to say about that comment, Chad?
No.
God damn it! I'm
putting
putting it down.
I don't really care. I hear so much stuff anymore that I'm pretty
Snap-on
sensitive.
really doesn't copy.
I mean, Snap-on as a company
stamp
owns a
their
bunch
name
of
on
other
Most
bunch of other
Snap-on
companies,
see, do you-
right?
Do you
It's
think
made
they
by
buy
Snap.
these companies just so they can brand them?
Well, I think they buy these companies so they can save them from going out of business. Mostly, I think a lot
There's
of
that, and I think there's also like because they appear in a lot of other markets. Like in our supply houses, they have like Baco wrenches and stuff.
Right.
I'm
They're
like,
trying to become a monopoly.
Well,
I wouldn't say they're trying to become a monopoly. I think it's just they can bring other
What does Snap-on copy?
things
for?
under their umbrella, basically.
I wouldn't say copy.
My
It's
question,
it's like Eagle Grip.
question
They
on
bought
this
all the
comment is what is Snap-on copy? Where do they go and
mean,
copy and steal from somebody else? And they
we
put
can't-
Snap-on's name on it.
you gotta give. I mean, there's always the comments you get that are always pretty baseless, and they're just general blanket statements, right? Like Snap-on sucks. Okay, I go around and say anything sucks, you know, but without context to that, what
I'm
does
just
it matter?
saying, for the most part, Snap-on doesn't copy anybody's stuff.
Did it Snap-on invent like the detachable socket?
Yes.
Isn't that where the name comes from? Is to snap it on and off?
Yeah, Snap-on didn't invent the ratchet, but they invented the detachable socket.
Like the ball detent and all. Yeah.
And then there's products like from Koken where they use the Wobble Plus design from Koken because Japan wasn't able to infiltrate the market, but they also paid. Snap-on also pays
like
they
a licensing.
Yeah, they paid. Whereas like you look at it, like Altel just got sued by Snap-on, right, and lost $33.2 million, and it's because Altel was using software from Mitchell and to get information and putting it on their deal, and where Snap-on actually pays for their diagnostic information from the company, from your manufacturers, and they usually do things legit by the book, but everybody else is out there.
That's actually kind of why like their scanners like cost so much, right?
Right.
Exactly. Snap-on the only one that gets the licensing from manufacturers to.
Right. Yes.
I'm pretty sure Mac and Matco do too, but you know.
No, they're
Mac and Matco are using launch.
Just the launch.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
All they're doing is so the launch. What they do is they suck information out of PCMs. Well, Altel does too. Every one of these scan tool companies would suck information out of PCM.
They do the reverse engineering shit.
Yeah. See when it comes to OEM stuff, you have Bosch, OTC, Snap-on, and who's the third? There's a third one. I can't remember who the third one is, but those are all data. All data are the only ones that actually get legitimate. Like Mitchell's actually Motor. Motor actually uses a lot of Chinese research information on their software.
All that is owned by AutoZone now.
Yeah.
Is it really?
But those are the only ones that actually have full access now.
Mitchell Pro Demand, Shop Key, all that's owned by Snap-on. All that is owned by AutoZone.
Don't get me wrong here. I'm not defending Snap-on. This isn't about me defending Snap-on for any reason or claiming that they're still a better company it's not about that. It's just about relative information that's correct.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much misinformation out there because of because people use that Snap-on and Harbor Freight are a huge tag and they're easily clickbaiting, and that's why I really don't like doing Harbor Freight stuff, is because it's 100% one of the ways to get views. It draws in subscribers. It's like almost like going to a playground and asking kids for candy or giving kids candy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's not. Is it, if you're trying to build content and create content, yeah, it's great for that. But is it the way you want to build content? Is it the people that you want to bring into your content? That's not really what I want to do on YouTube. I'm not really interested in getting just a bunch of empty subscribers and, you know, getting people to follow me and say, yay, you're awesome. You know, I'm not really interested in that. I want to get automotive industry people or just tool people in general, tradesmen who are interested in making tools better or, you know, work better and all that stuff. That's the whole hoopla with me is that I don't care about only having 34,000. I'm completely fine with that. Doesn't matter to me. Subscriber count doesn't matter to me even.
With UCP, the one thing that I do like about you is you actually give honest, informative information so people can make an appropriate decision on which tool which level of tool they're going to buy in their budget. That's the thing. Instead of having pissing contests, why not just be truthfully honest? Okay, it's not better than the Snap-on tool, but hey, if you ain't got the money, it's better. It's better.
It's a serviceable tool that you can get locally.
But that's the thing, is like being honest so people can make proper informed purchases. That's the thing.
Like even the cheap Chinese tools that everybody gets sent to them and stuff like that. Do they actually use them and try them out, or
No.
are they just promoting it? They're not. And that bothers me too, because it's like Torque Test Channel just did that video today, and I swear to God, no bullshit. I did an exact same video, only on a different set of tools for tomorrow's video. And these knockoffs are, which I've been preaching this since I started. This knockoff stuff is getting so bad and so terrible that people are getting caught up in this stuff, and it's just going to keep developing more garbage. Garbage in, garbage out, garbage in, garbage out. And eventually, we're all just going to be stuck in this throwaway society where we keep buying this trash over and over. If you buy one thing for $10 and it's junk and it lasts you a year, then you buy another thing for $10 to replace the junk one with a new junk one. You spent $20 when you could have bought the good one for $15. It's counterproductive.
That's the thing. We're like YouTube and social media is promoting bad behavior.
Yes, social media. It's not YouTube. Social media. Social media in general
promoting bad behavior. But that's the thing. There's so many on YouTube, people on YouTube that swear they've been in the industry for all the time, but you go and look at everything they have. It's all clean, all brand new, sitting on the shelf, hanging pretty. But yet they they're not out there working. Like people that should be doing the reviews are like people like you, Dave.
I don't.
Sergio, the people that are actually out.
Well, if people want me to give me tools and do a review on them, I'll use it. But it might take a while before I get around to using it.
Get the real people that are actually out there doing it. Like I don't work enough anymore, so I don't want to be a tool reviewer because I'm not. I don't do enough volume anymore to be able to do an honest review on a tool.
Can I read a direct quote from Mr. Bear, what he said about professionals and tools, of why he thinks he's better apt? Do you mind if I read this? It's going to take a second. It's a little paragraph. He just wrote this today. What about using a tool every day makes you think you know about tools? Tons of people drive cars every day. Do they magically now understand everything about a car?
It's not equivalency.
Face it. Pros typically find something that works for them and stick with it. They aren't using scientific testing methods. They don't use different brands, but in a controlled environment. So they don't know any changes that they see aren't the result of environmental influences. Being a pro just means you get paid to do something. It doesn't mean you have taken the time to learn and understand every aspect of the tools you're using. I've worked in the trades and in management. I know how to use tools, how manufacturing and engineering are used in product development manufacturing.
Keep it together.
And for the last 9 years, I've been testing and reviewing tools, as well as speaking directly with companies that produce these tools while gathering feedback with my viewership of 2 million per month, experience, knowledge, research, testing, and feedback. That's his entitlement to 9 years experience. So he claims that he's only got 9 years experience, and he says that pros don't know how to use tools. They just buy what they like and they stick to it. Now, I digress to that. I've seen almost every person in this channel buy different kinds of tools, and they find something, and it doesn't work. Does that mean that I would stick with it? No. I personally have like 5 of everything now, and it's all because it's YouTube spiraled out of control. And I've also had stuff manufactured myself now. But he doesn't add any value to the industry. He's saying that he gives input, but he doesn't ever actually directly manufacture.
He's not like stuff like Torque Test Channel.
Yes,
that kind of stuff. Like, it's I would say it's marketing. It is to a point, but it's not like.
But see, do you know what a person?
It's a good like baseline metric, right?
Right.
But
that's all it is.
The person in the trades doing this every day with the tools that they use, they give one important key part of the information: the longevity and the durability, and how frequently they've had to work it.
Is Torque Test Channel
cover that?
Is he sitting there on a roof in the rain or in the sun, hitting a ratcheting wrench with a hammer because that's the only thing that'll fit in there, you know?
Well, it's really sad though that he basically called out and said that
With a hammer.
He said that professional tradesmen don't know what they're doing. You know that Klein, Snap-on, Lyle, a lot of these companies take information based off professional tradesmen, and yet this one guy thinks that he's better than all of them. And it's it's collective information that they use to develop better tools for the trade. Yet somehow he thinks that he's above everybody for this, which means that his self entitlement and thinking that throwing 2 million views in there really just puts the icing on the cake for it. I don't give a shit who you are, how many subscribers you have, or how many views you get. At the end of the day, if you are not adding value to the trades and allowing people to work together and create some sort of
harmonious.
Harmonious. There you go. Thank you.
Harmony.
Yeah, like we have to. The whole point.
What you need is synergy.
Correct. You do. You need. You can't be a one-sided. You can't be a one-sided coin in this industry. No. And you have to work with people, and you have to be able to. Well, that's the problem with this whole trade is that one guy has tried. This is what happens: is one guy tries to be the chief, and it just doesn't work that way. Any trade requires teamwork. That's all there is to it. You know, I mean, at the end of the day,
all we should do is come together with joyfulness.
Well, I mean,
I don't like a lot of this negativity, but at the same time, if somebody's is just talking out their ass, it's like I would like if one of you guys told me about a tool that works, I take more.
We have credibility.
Credibility, that's the word. There's more credibility behind the words than I like dude who has no like bona fides. You know, he's not a. You know, I would more rather take a
guy that uses the damn tool every day. He doesn't use any of those
Scotty
tools.
Kilmer than freaking.
That's
right. That Ballard has more power than this thing does, but you know how old this thing is and what it's been through. Let's see that Ballard.
That thing looks brand new.
He just got it out of the bag.
I don't mean to.
It looks brand new.
That's the thing that all these tool review guys don't get that us professionals we bring.
Well,
I'm gonna tell people, this is a good tool to buy because I've never had the warranty yet. It's never died on me. It's made me proud. I have very limited tool selection. I've only got certain brands,
that's right, Mark.
But there are some brands like I will tell you not to buy. Like there's a lot of Milwaukee tools that I don't like.
Hey!
Well,
you shut your mouth.
I'll tell you right now.
Every Milwaukee tool is perfect.
I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't push an 18. I wouldn't push an 18-volt snap-on cordless tool on anybody.
No,
right,
I'm not saying it's bad.
No, I'm not saying
I'm sure they're good, but they're not worth the money.
Paying for the buck, we get
right.
I
will pick a screwdriver up, and if it doesn't feel right in my hand, I am not using it.
Right.
If it is not comfortable, I don't like it.
I mean, there's tools that I've lost a bunch of times that I have to buy the exact same one because I don't like other versions or different types of like the handle or whatever. It's like
you've got your method built around that one tool.
Not method. It's just I like the way
It's like the wrench deal. Like I don't want to bring his name up, but he started a bunch of crap on Torque Test channel. I guess there was a huge thread in there where he was arguing about this and that with Torque Test channel about how their numbers are skewed. And he's dead set that Torque Test channel doesn't know what they're doing. Now he's calling them basically saying that they're idiots and they didn't know what they were doing. But at the end of the day, I don't have any snap-on wrenches, and I really have never been a big fan of snap-on wrenches. But I will tell you that I don't disregard the fact that they are good wrenches, and that guys that do use them and love them, they're still a good wrench, and they do a good job, just like many other wrenches that were tested on Torque Test channel. However, there is still this caveat that people don't understand, like the Icon wrenches. And Fluffy, I can't wait till you've used them for a while to see what you think actually, because it's just good to see somebody that's actually close instead of listening to people coming to my comment box. Oh, I've been using them for 12 years. They're great. Icon wrenches are the best.
They've been around that long.
Yeah. Dude, you don't want to know how many comments I've gotten like that. It's ridiculous. If I
get comments on both sides.
Yeah,
but that's the question. How many wrenches have they used? How many wrenches have they used?
The Snap-on fanboys go hard as hell, just like the Icon fanboys.
Yeah, they do.
I'll tell you right now, when it comes to wrenches, the Milwaukee wrenches are good. The Mac Precision Torques are excellent wrench. Especially
those
Craftsman. What gets me on this whole deal, what gets me on that whole deal, and I've said this multiple times, I've said it in the long form video of my test that I did. What are we using the open end for?
Yeah,
I usually only use the open end if I can't get the closed end in there.
Right. And that's what a lot of people did make a valid point about, and said really the box end is, and 100% we don't, but there is open end uses. I'll tell you this much: brake lines, using open ends on brake lines,
Right.
which if you don't have a flare nut,
Or something like that, where it's like you can't get the box end on it.
Yeah.
There is time. I will tell you this, Fluffy. God is my witness. I learned my lesson about using open ends. I had my SK wrenches. Okay, everybody talks about USA made SK wrenches. I loved those wrenches, and I thought they were the best wrenches for half my life. No joke. I bought those wrenches when I was a kid for $120 for a full set of standards, and then I paid another 120 for the metrics, and that was a pretty decent chunk of change back in 1999.
Right.
Dating myself, but when I kept slipping on the open end wrenches when I was putting them together to break something free, and my buddy came up to me one day and he goes, "Put those sons of bitches, those slipping kills back in the box. Those things are garbage." And I said,
kills.
that's what they call it. That's what dude, old timers call them slipping kills. And that's exactly why. And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Here, use a good set of wrenches." He gave me a set of Snap-ons, and I said, "I hate those things. They're narrow. I don't like them." And I literally learned right then and there why a good wrench was invaluable, because I broke those lines free and they didn't slip. And I was like, my poor love for SK wrenches was completely diminished in just that quick of an eye. And I think Torque Test Channel even showed it on theirs. They did SK wrenches and they did not perform very well. They're extremely hard and the jaws spread on them. But when that time comes when you have to use an open end wrench, I know now that I do not want to be stuck with a wrench that will spread. And so if the Icons do their job, which they will, there's no doubt in my mind that they'll do their job as long as they don't get damaged afterwards. And that's the biggest problem I have with these Icons. They don't have the time on the market and proof. And I've seen a lot of people complaining about deflection in the wrench, and not only that, they're thick. They're kind of thick. They're kind of chubby. And
but I mean,
my biggest gripe with them is they're too long. Like they won't fit in my bag right.
How often are you getting?
That's how I look at stuff, though.
I get into them enough that I still don't want to wrench an open end for me. But that, you know what? I'm a stickler. You know what I mean? Like, so you're talking to a guy who's like, dude, here's the thing is, Fluffy, I got a few more days in it than you do, and I'm just not tolerant. I'm not as tolerant as I used to be.
Well, you also work on a bunch of different other stuff too.
Yeah, it's just and you know what? Maybe that's it too. But I'm just not as tolerant I used to be of letting stuff like that slide. Now, after that one time, I remember. You know what? I can even tell you the car I was working on. I was working on a Dodge Dart, and I was taking the rubber brake line off on the rear side of the driver's side. And I was trying to break the brake line free. And granted, I could have been using, thing is, couldn't get a flare nut wrench on because on the rubber hose side, couldn't get a flare nut on that side, a flare nut wrench on that side. And I believe on the other side of that line where it was at something was causing me to not be able to get a flare nut up there because the way the loop was or something on the line. Long story short, I just learned my lesson. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this ever again. I want wrenches that work when I use them, and they don't spread. Fasteners in Iowa and fasteners. Yeah. That
True
this
too.
could be somewhat true, and that there's not, and that's
Well,
just the other
fasteners
thing.
at the dealership versus fasteners at independent shop are totally
Oh,
different.
dude, yeah. I mean, that.
What do you
What-
mean by that?
What's the oldest car you get in there, Fluffy? I mean, like I just worked on a 1998 Dodge Intrepid.
That shit's going
What
out
the
the
fuck?
door. That shit is not
Dude,
coming in my store.
listen, I'm not even joking you. This is why I didn't work on it. I guess I
What up,
diagnosed
J-Dub?
it as it being a bad engine. The guy brought it in to me. He said my car's making a funny noise, and I said, "Goddamn right, it is. It's blown up."
You drive a 1998 Dodge Intrepid. What do you
Dude,
expect?
I'm not even joking you. And I said, why would I want to work on a 1998 Dodge Intrepid? I go, those cars were worthless back then. And it's he wants to put an engine in it. I'm like, hey, good luck to you, bud.
Bro, you'd be better off spending that money on a new car.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, hey, bud, he's dead set he's going to put a new engine in it because he can buy a junkyard engine for it for $500. And the cars, I'm not going to lie to you. Somehow it's a survivor. I mean, this car at this point literally should be in a museum. I told him, I said, if I was you, I'd park it in your garage, never drive it again, buy a motor for it, put it in 20 years down the road now, and watch people go, holy shit, a Dodge Intrepid.
I haven't seen a Dodge Intrepid on our roads.
Dude,
Hell, you don't even see neons on our roads anymore.
I haven't seen a Dodge
saw a neon the other day.
There's a cowboy.
I don't remember the last
A
time I
PT
saw a
Cruiser,
neon.
a PT
I see the
Cruiser,
SRT4s.
a PT Cruiser from time to time. I still see.
My buddy had an SRT4. It was okay.
I bought my
I didn't like
youngest
it.
an 01 PT.
I just sold an 89 Concorde.
We're
2
not
days
talking
ago.
about shit that old.
Yeah.
That was a Concorde, the old lean burn.
Appreciate the donation, DLC.
Yeah, it's very good.
Is that the old 318 lean burn system there?
Yeah.
I had
Everybody
one.
loved
and
it.
hauled
Tex
ass.
loved those cars, man.
Oh.
Dude,
Dude, I saw this
Cherry.
like short.
Yeah.
It was like this guy. He has like this. I don't know. I think it's like an Oldsmobile, but it's like it's got like, you know, this is when they first came out. It's got like the digital displays and all this stuff, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, it's old as shit and it looks like trash compared to now, but like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean,
SCP.
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Seeing a Dodge Intrepid kind of was like, it made me, well, first of all, it made me feel old as shit because I was like, dude, that car came out a year after I graduated. And I thought it was ugly as hell then, and it still didn't look any better. And I got in it, you know, just the cheap plastic of the, dude, oh my God. The long noses of them. If you've ever driven a Dodge Intrepid, I have some sacrificial road.
I think I have. I think my cousin had one at one point. I think I drove it once.
Dude,
Sergio,
it was
kinda
like,
piece of
I
shit,
was like
but
taken back.
are you gonna buy that new Impact
what new impact?
from Milwaukee?
Why? I don't need it.
You have a half inch?
I don't have a half inch.
You don't?
I need a half inch. Yeah,
I do.
I've been using the 3/8 with an adapter, and it's been working. So
Oh well, that's the only reason I'm asking because it's
Yeah.
you know for the power versus the size, blah blah.
well, like I have the compact 3/8 M18, and that for like it works on like actually everything I've used it on.
Mhm.
I haven't found anything that it hasn't gotten off for me.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Anybody else interested in getting the new Milwaukee 3/8?
nope.
No.
Nope.
That's a hard pass for me. Well, I do.
Yeah,
I will-
I'd be more interested in getting a half inch than a 3/8 at this point.
I will say that I'm getting a little nervous because some people are claiming this thing's quite the hammer, and I popped off, but I did. You know, I left my mark on it. I made my statement and made my video so I could document it before it came out. But I have heard a couple people say, "Dude, this thing is a freaking hammer." But I just don't. My DeWalt does everything I need it to do. Honestly, that's the thing.
What about that 900 foot-pound 3/8 20 volt from Infinium?
Infinium. Oh, the Mako one?
Yeah.
That's Mecco Infinium.
Is it new?
Yeah.
Stuff like that's a 3/4 inch gun, not a 3/8, not a half inch. Like, come on,
Which one?
Is that just like that new DeWalt, that big DeWalt? That should be a
Oh, yeah,
3/4
that big
inch
DeWalt.
gun, not a half inch gun.
But
Jesus.
Matco from the Infinium line now has a 1/2 inch, 1,800 foot-pounds of breakaway. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And it shrunk down in size a little bit.
And I'll tell you what, the Rex will
Have
still
you
beat
tried
it.
it, Fluffy?
Oh, of course.
The Air will still beat it. The Air will beat it every day of the
Of
week.
course. Absolutely.
Do you know what I hate about these oversized friggin' impacts? They're going and they're buying oversized sockets. They're too big for it, and they're blowing those sockets apart.
It's just the cordless tool market has gotten way out of control.
It's very competitive.
Yeah, well, it's $1 billion market. I mean, it's literally like the lights and cordless tools are at the top of the chain. That's why Snap-on has a new light out every month.
Oh,
That's no joke.
You ever
For
looked
2
at
years
that,
straight,
you
they
ever
had a
looked at that
brand
new
new light.
icon light? That one icon light that sells for like, I think they just had it on sale for $30.
Which one? The puck light?
It flips up, opens up.
Oh, the blade.
And it's got a light on a small bar in the back, full size bar in the front, and then on tip there's a light.
Oh yeah.
That's exact same light as the Maxion. Exact same light.
What's the Mac one? The Saber? No, it's not Saber. I'm thinking
The Pro Stick.
Yeah.
The Mac one.
Black and Decker is a monopoly. You think so?
Oh yeah, Black and Decker does have a pretty
Stanley Black and Decker's fucking massive.
Yeah.
Step on like Harley Davidson. Oh my god.
Hey, I got something.
I have to agree to an extent.
Sergio,
the difference is I like Harleys. I don't care too much for Snap-on, but y'all know why. My dealers just don't. I want to buy Snap-on. I really do, but I just.
Well, don't buy it because, if you don't like your dealer, then you don't. I mean, I did for years. For years I bought Mac tools only because I didn't like my Snap-on dealer.
Dude,
that's
the thing, though.
It took me becoming a Mac dealer and me finding a dealer that I liked before I actually was buying Snap-on. No joke.
When you're in this industry, you're not gonna be one tool brand. I guess you will, but there's always going to be a tool from a different company that you're going to need or that's going to be useful in what you do.
Or that's the truck that came by the day you needed it.
Or they're the only ones that carry that specific tool.
You know what's funny is I would love to see social media 20 years ago, or well, let's say 40 years ago, back when those guys were brand loyal, when those guys, like the old school guys, when I was a kid that would only buy Snap-on or only buy Mac, they literally were so hardcore. Like you would talk to them, and those guys were like, yeah, but you didn't get crashing, or like SK called slip and kill. Like, dude, those guys were the guys I grew up around were straight up like they would just straight up, you're an idiot, like and nowadays you literally say, oh, well, I don't like the Harbor Freight tool. Boom, 300 comments. You're dumb. You're so stupid. I'm like,
bro, you know what's crazy? The video I did, or videos I did. I did one on a freaking air gun because I needed an air gun that had a screw-on rubber tip, right? The trucks only sell OSHA compliant air guns, or blow guns, whatever you want to call it. So you can't direct into a freaking fine stream.
You just cut the tip off.
No, because it's like it's a cone in the center, and then it blows air from around the cone. Or it's like it has two holes drilled on the side.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I don't know. It's safety.
Call it OSHA regulated fucking.
Safety tip is what OSHA, so you couldn't blow it into your skin.
Yeah. So I did a video on that because I needed it for a specific job, and I always tell y'all about my fucking nails, right? Hundreds of comments about that, and that's what's making the videos.
Bro, you got a Macco nail grooming kit, all right?
Those were a demo.
Dude, I said nothing in Fluffy in 3 videos. Three of my shorts that are over 1 million views. I said nothing in the wrench one, the broken wrench. Nobody said anything in the video about Snap-on being better than Icon when they broke the wrench, and like that is 1,600 comments of people just going, "That's not how I use the wrench." Blah blah blah. Nobody said anything. Snap-on sucks. You're on a Snap-on truck. I mean, dude, all the comments, and then the Icon broken ball joint press. 35 comments of people saying, "Oh, the Icon press is better. You're just a jackass who likes Snap-on. You're a Snap-on fanboy." Dude, go back. I say it every time. I'm like, where did I say in the video that the Snap-on ball joint press was better? Well, you said the Icon press failed. Are you kidding me? You're that. I mean, it's like, are you really that sensitive? Like, because I said it failed. Was it broken? It failed. Okay, maybe I sounded a little facetious, but the fact of the matter is I never said that Snap-on was better in the video. And that's what gets me. Everybody is so triggered about stuff. They're not willing to listen. Knee-jerk reactions. Knee-jerk reactions, man.
Oh, yeah, they start commenting the moment they catch something they can comment on instead of watching and listening to the full video.
You know, I wouldn't hate Harbor Freight so bad or rip on Harbor Freight so bad if the people wouldn't act so shitty in the comments. You know, it's just like Whistle and Diesel.
You can't compare a person that buys something from Harbor Freight, uses it once, twice a year, and it'll work. It's going to work for you once, twice a year, to somebody who uses something every freaking day. But
people don't get it. Whistle and Diesel, you know how he got famous? Because he did shit and people like the Jeep shit. And he did the Jeep, their square body Chevy stuff. 90% of those comments are people in his comment section that blew him up were people bitching and you know, like ripping on him, like because they're so sensitive about it. And I get
that hurt my heart. I'm not gonna lie. That hurt my heart.
At first, I never did. You know, I always looked at him like you're an idiot and this and that. But now I kind of look different. And not only that, he does understand quality. He understands stuff. But this content he's making is he's a troll. I mean, he literally is trolling the world.
He's making money off trolling people, and it's fucking like I don't agree with it. Like, but hey, dude, if it makes you money,
that's what works for me.
I get it. I 100% get it. Like he's just showing how sensitive people are on social media, and they're paying him millions of dollars to cry, and it's really sad. And that's kind of how I feel now too. I'm like, well, you know what? If the shoe fits, I'm gonna burn it to the ground. You know, I mean, like that's kind of. I mean, like, could you imagine if I took a brand new Icon toolbox and drug it down the gravel road behind my pickup? How bad the Harbor Freight fanboys would cry. I mean, it's on my bucket list. It's literally
you got to do it now, CP. You mentioned that you have to do it.
That just sounded like a good idea to me.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
wait till it goes on sale and then
not only that, I would take a Snap-on and do the same thing just to hear the people cry, because guess what? The two biggest people that are going to cry the most are just people that, and granted, there's a lot of people out there that use those toolboxes and stuff, and that's what would be my morals. That's what would be the hardest thing for me morally, is to do something like that to a good toolbox when there's somebody out there that could really use something like that. And that's what would really be the most disheartening part about that. Like, I don't like this. I grew up not destroying shit or being like that. But the fact of the matter is the social media is literally, they drive you to do this stuff because of the fact they can't be respectful and have conversations. Like, we can all disagree on shit and still be friends. Like I've said this a million times.
Yeah, you disagree with me, it's over, man. I'm done.
Yeah, they would lose their. Now is the time.
Shannon, what are they targeting you with? You're good, CP. I'm just responding.
Huh?
I'm just responding.
I kind of get where you're coming from, because it's like that'd be kind of messed up to do that, and there'd be some like young kid who could use that toolbox.
Oh, dude, that would break my heart to see some comment. That's the worst part. You know what? There'd be thousands of comments of people calling me. You can call me anything you wanted to, because I've heard it all by now. People said they're going to come kill my dog. They said they were going to come shoot me. I mean, dude, I've had death threats. It's you know. TikTok's the worst, dude.
I'm just gonna come kick the shit out of your skinny little ass and take that dog home with me.
I put that wrench video on TikTok, 181,000 views, 1,700 comments, and they were just, people were literally messaging me on TikTok. You're a fat, worthless, this and that. I mean, like everything underneath the sun. And the best part about it is manipulation of social media. They think that they can come in and say whatever they want to you, and I'm a smart ass. So I reply back like, you know, of course, like, oh, you were born in aisle 12 of Walmart, or, you know, like you're, you know, say something like that. And people literally like, wow, really? That's how you act on social media? Bro, you just told me, bro, you just told me you were going to stomp a muddle on my mom's mouth. Like, what are you talking about? That's the kind of manipulation that goes on social media. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, I mean, it just blows my mind. Like, and people say, "Oh, you're supposed to ignore it and be nice to them, kill people with kindness." Now, I'm not. This is the problem. Nobody's done anything to these people because they have ignored them. I love to reply back to them and belittle them because they want to talk. They want to talk crap. Hey, listen, I'm down. Let's party. You know, that's what I live for.
How long before Jeff gets to see your video?
Oh, he saw it. He's 100. That dude watches everything. He's watching this live stream right now. He literally watches anything to do with tools because otherwise he wouldn't be able to stay current on events and know the things that he knows. I've heard him say things before. You know, it is what it is. But by the way, I wanted to mention, though, to get off this topic of this negative shit, because Sergio, speaking of influence on the industry, Sergio messaged me in an email, which we've never publicly discussed this, about a tool from Lyle, and it has finally been released. The wand has been replaced. It's all metal now.
Is it really? Oh, I never sent mine in. I kept forgetting to do it.
I already got a new. Well, here's the deal. Okay, you can get it warranted, but they've upgraded it now to the what's the shit on it called now? Ah, damn it.
Press?
Well, it's the Radiator Genie Pro now. So the Pro comes with a 17-inch wand and a 43-inch wand. But it's all metal construction. So back when you messaged me, how long ago was that?
It's a few months
ago?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
How long ago was it?
It was maybe like 6 months ago.
Okay, so that's about how long it took to get it straightened out. So I just wanted to elaborate. I announced your name in a video coming up about the Radiator Genie Pro and how this was all come to light. But you messaged me and said Radiator Genie Pro needed some refining. And so the problem is that they didn't want to change the Radiator Genie for consumer purposes, for like, you know, light duty use and whatnot, and smaller stuff. So they just made a whole new one called the Radiator Genie Pro, which just was released out, which I did a video on it that's coming out soon. And it's all metal construction now, so it'll be more applicable for pro use. But I just, you know, just the whole point is that things can be resolved in this industry if people do the right take the right avenues and all that stuff. And you work with the right companies, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, that you can't go on and make a video and say, well, this tool sucks, this company needs to change it, and then say you're helping the industry out. You have to actually be tied up with these engineers and the companies and be able to have a conversation with them. And then 6 months of doing this, because nothing happens overnight, 6 months to a year, that's how long it takes to fix a problem. It takes a while. So it's kind of sucks.
I said, yeah, because it takes a while for prototyping and you know.
We had a demo test and, you know, take it to
get the manufacturing line sorted out, and
they had to take it to the board. And I said, you know, you talked about the button. I said, this thing's a pile of crap. It's plastic. Why can't you
got any moderators right now?
Why can't you get something?
It looks like they've already been removed. I just looked.
So
it came across StreamYard.
Huh?
The comment from
Mile gave out a bunch of them on Instagram. They were doing a giveaway on the Radiator Genie Pro.
Really?
Yep, and they're awesome.
Yeah, Gillis. Yeah, I don't watch that guy.
Yeah, well, they had to make prototypes here before they sent them off to get made.
It's not exactly.
Even though they're getting made in China, that's all due to the fact that there's no manufacturing here, though. You know, that's the other problem is with manufacturing here. There's only so many people that make stuff, and to buy tooling to make something like that. Here's the problem with with the Chinese, with the American market is because we're not self-sustaining and we're not doing this manufacturing. It is what it is.
Mac wrenches are nice. They are very nice.
It's green.
How are they?
I don't like the old Mac
What we had from
Mac
Bruce
precision torque squirt cuts. I don't like. They dig in your hand, but that's just my personal opinion.
Which ones?
Oh, it's strong.
The Snap-on?
No, the Mac precision torques, the original one.
Oh,
the squirt
Stop,
cut,
puppies.
they're very sharp edged, so they cut in your hand a lot.
yeah.
But they're a good wrench. I just don't like the feel of them.
I use them on. Well, I have the bigger set. No, not the
got the
bigger
Mac
set.
Precision
The 20
one.
through
I'm saying the
25. Or
knuckle
20 through
savers.
24.
I meant the knuckle savers.
Oh, okay.
The original
Oh,
knuckle
yeah, from
savers
Girls
were square cut.
What is that, Louis? Girls Garage. Never heard of it. Mac had a fatter beam that didn't dig into your hand like the Snap-on. Snap-on wrenches are my favorite wrench I own, but I actually use my Icon Flex Head combos more and love them. I've had the Icons for over 2 years and they were a solid wrench. Pro Ordi?
What? Priority. Priority.
Oh,
Maybe? I don't know.
maybe J-Dub. I don't know what you're trying to say right there, buddy. At the end of there. Faster than yes, very different, probably. I cut the line and use the box in. Okay. Okay. I got you. Hey, J-Dub. Hey, J-Dub. I kind of boycott Icon for their blatant copying. Their quality seems okay. The quality is okay on certain things. And like on certain things, I'd rather just get the Maddox stuff.
Certain things, the best way to explain Icon tools, and this will be like a lot of other brands out there. So this is not just toward Harbor Freight. Icon is no different than a brand or a company. Well, there is a difference because they actually manufacture, but I mean, you could be driving a Kia.
Right.
And where did Kia get all their technology? By reverse engineering other technology of popular selling vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same quality? No.
Tooling's changed, over the years now, where we do have a lot of the same manufacturing because it's coming out of Taiwan and China. So you tend to get crossover type stuff. So, what do you do?
There's a lot of good companies out there. You don't have to buy off any of the tool trucks. You can get by without buying off any of them. There's a lot of good quality tool companies out there. It just, in the middle of a job, do you want to have to run back and forth to Harbor Freight? Or do you want a tool that doesn't break?
That's the one thing right there.
It all depends how far is a Harbor Freight from you. If it's around the corner.
What if they're out of it?
Listen, you're in the middle of the job.
There's a lot of different.
Yeah, no, but you're in the middle of the job. You're in the middle of the job and you're working and and the customer's waiting and you need to get a car finished. You break a tool. Are you honestly going to stop doing that job right there to go get that tool, or hey, you're either going to
nobody else in the shop has it, and I ain't got a backup. I got to do what I got to do.
Right. Well,
the Snap-on guy or the Mac guy or the Matco guy may not be able to get to me.
Yeah,
may be sick. Truck might be broken down. Something.
Here's my
different situation, or there's a different.
I already did this. I bought some Harbor Freight stuff, and I was working, and boy, I was pissed because I had some problems. First of all, I went and bought a die grinder, and I went to go use it, and it wasn't the right die grinder in the box. I never opened the box to check it. I just bought the die grinder, cutoff tool. That really tweaked me right there. Okay. Then I went back, got the die grinder, got back home, and the die grinder didn't work. That pissed me off again. So now that's 2 times that I had to do it in the same day to do it. And then I broke some Pittsburgh sockets, and then I was trying to use the Pittsburgh socket, and then I got back and I was working on a Ford Ranger, and guess what? They changed from the old Pittsburgh sockets to the new ones, and the new one wouldn't fit on the bolt that I was using on the Ranger to take the gas tank out. Man, I was triple pissed. And you know what? Dude, 4 trips in less than a couple weeks, I was done. I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this crap. And the Harbor Freight is not that far from me. It literally takes me probably 10, 15 minutes. But when you add up 15 minutes plus you got to wait, mess around in the store, another 10 minutes, dude, that's 25 minutes of my day. That's 25 minutes of time that I could have had that job done a little bit faster. And time is money to me. So
that's why I'm always
money to all of us.
Right.
I'm always promoting to people that work at shops. If you're not gonna buy tools off a truck, or it's not a store that's within driving defense, buy your tool, buy your hardline tools, your wrenches, your screwdriver pliers from your part supplier. Because like up here, I know a lot. Like I know Advanced does it. You break a tool and it's on their warranty. You call them. Next car that delivers parts got your tool.
Yeah, but are they gonna have what you need?
Well, the biggest thing,
a lot of
the number one thing for me, the Harbor Freight that really doesn't really set well for me is the fact that they don't have individuals. So if I do lose a tool, or the fact their warranty process is based on inventory, and I understand inventory is standard, but used to go into Sears and they had a whole case of individual sockets and wrenches and stuff like that, and they go in there and pluck one off, and usually 9 times out of 10 they had a lot of that in stock. I have been to the Harbor Freight and seen, well, especially like if you lose a wrench or break a wrench right now on Icon, good luck seeing that for a couple weeks.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, that's why I haven't even tried to warranty mine out.
That's one of the things that's on my checklist for what qualifies as a professional tool. Warranty is one, but being able to replace individual pieces of the kits, not the whole kit.
You lose stuff all the time.
That's a huge of it. Like that's a professional tool line.
When I go to warranty out that wrench, because I tested that wrench multiple fucking times.
Take the whole kit.
No, I'm just gonna take the single.
Yeah, but how about
I'm gonna record it?
How about if you lose your screwdriver or something? Let's say you had an Icon screwdriver and then you lose a 13mm wrench. You go on the store and you can't.
That's why I'm saying I'm gonna take that single wrench with
those are essential items that you. And guess what? Harbor Freight's the only tool store in the entire world that doesn't stock individual tools. Name a place that sells tools that doesn't stock individual tools.
It all depends. It all depends what tool though, because they do sell singles on some stuff.
What singles do they sell and stuff? Ratchet?
Sockets, ratchets.
No, they don't. Harbor Freight does not sell singles on sockets or just ratchets. No, where?
I've never seen single sockets.
They do not sell singles on sockets at Harbor Freight, man.
It is.
Look on the website right now. Look on the website right now. Give me a
they don't sell Icon singles, but I've seen a couple walkthroughs. I've seen a couple walkthroughs where they did have Quinn singles and they had those Doyle singles.
I've never seen singles. I've never seen a
single in a Harbor Freight ever.
But I've never. But Icon singles. You'll never see an Icon single. No way.
I'm not saying Icon. I'm saying, but they sell single sockets.
But that's the thing. Now it's not a matching set. That's the thing. You're not a professional tool line. If I can't replace my tool,
the thing was that they don't sell singles at all, which they do.
Limited. It's limited in quantity because I can't go and buy a 13, 15mm. You can't go buy a single Icon wrench. I have not seen. If you go on their website, you cannot buy a 15mm socket.
We're crying out.
Look it up. Just type in 15mm socket.
Husky does.
Husky and Colby are professional tools. Do you know why? Lifetime warranty. You can buy individuals.
Husky's lifetime warranty is kind of bullshit though, because you have to have the receipt.
Okay, and see that's another.
Because I had some Husky wrenches that one broke. The one broke.
You get a pro account. You don't need the receipt.
Yeah, but not everybody. But not everybody has a pro account.
Everyone should. It's free.
But it. So like the one wrench broke, and they wanted me to bring back the whole set, and they wanted me to have the receipt.
Yeah. Wow.
Also, don't walk in there in your uniform, because if they show you're a professional.
Oh, I did it.
Icon. Okay, if it's Icon, they better, because they're promoting it or they're displaying them as professional and labeling them as professional.
Exactly, but you know, I mean, like, why can't, if it's a professional grade tool, then why aren't they selling individuals?
I don't have an answer to that, but I was told, and I have it on video also, that all I need to do is bring in that single tool, and they'll warranty it.
Right, but they bust it out of a set.
Yes, they do, and then
Right,
they discount
exactly.
that set.
So when you go to buy a wrench, so if you have a warranty a wrench right now, there's no sets there.
There's no sets there.
You know, I mean, like if they have a high warranty, they're playing with dynamite. Is what I'm saying is, like when I was a tool dealer, I had a.
I mean, it goes for the same thing though. If you go on the truck, if they don't have it, they don't have it.
I get that, but then you know what? My backup was going to the set. My backup was
going to a truck. He can order it for you.
But
yeah,
well,
but
that's what I'm saying.
If
they don't have it, they don't have it. Or
you
if
have to
it's
go
back
online
ordered
and
or
order
whatever.
singles for Harbor Freight. You can't order it through the store. And then the other thing is, if you have a warranty for a wrench, how do you know when you can get the wrench warranty? Because guess what? They don't have they don't have any way to dime up for you to, like, let's say you say, oh, I broke my 15mm wrench. We don't have it. Okay, cool. When will you have one in? Oh, you just have to keep checking back. What? So now I got to babysit this? Like, are you kidding? This is a true story based on real life situations from a friend of mine who had Icon impact sockets who are now long gone. If I could get this guy to come online, he bought everything Icon, was all bragging to me about it, and within less than a year, it's all gone. Toolbox, sockets, everything is all gone because he kept having warranty issues with not having stuff in stock, not able to get warranty stuff, because a lot of guys around here bought Icon stuff, and then when everybody would break it, you know, like there was never 15mm sockets available because they were missing out all the sets. And then not only that, if you want to go buy a set, they're all broken up, so you can't even buy a full set. Like, it's really kind of complicated, but this is stuff that's really like pretty baseline if you're in the tool business. You know,
the other thing that drives me crazy about these Harbor Freight, it's not so much Harbor Freight fanboys. Harbor Freight does actually have some decent stuff that is less, that costs less, that's better quality than that at their Icon fanboys. But that's the thing, is what all, like, how I know you're an idiot when you're when you're an idiot and you're an Icon fanboy and you're an idiot, when you're told that there's a better quality tool that's less money than that Icon is, and you still want to cheer on that Icon. Like, I'd rather go to a Harbor Freight, buy a Quinn, because Quinn's a trusted name. I've known Quinn for a long time. They've been around for a long time. They're not going anywhere. Like,
let me put it like this. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all even use these mountain wrenches.
Yeah,
mountain wrenches, Platinum, the Icon.
Those were expensive, those Icon mountain wrenches. Jesus.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it was a few months back ordered on every single wrench that kit included. So what do you do in a situation like that?
Say that again.
I'm saying, what do you do in a situation if y'all talking about availability? When, as you said it, they rebrand brands that some of the trucks rebrand.
Right.
What do you do when they're all on back order?
Yeah, that's screwed, and it's no different. The tool truck. I'm not saying that the tool truck's any better, as far as what. I'm not trying to like pick on Harbor Freight here. It's just some of the things just are really odd of how they do it. But tool truck is no different. If it's on back order, like the mountain wrenches, that's a great example. So mountain wrenches, everybody was breaking a 13 or 15mm or 18mm on a mountain wrench, and they were at one time really difficult to get through any brand because they were trying to make so many of them, you know, to replace them. But it's just kind of one of those deals. That's where you kind of have to deal with it, and everybody's in the same boat, you know.
Harbor Freight is not a professional setup. Tool trucks are professional setup. That's why you have singles on tool trucks, because it will cater to a specific need. Most people going into Harbor Freight don't want a single socket. They want a whole set because they have no fucking clue what they're doing. They'll buy a whole set because they don't have the tool to do it. Professional people already have it. We break it. We need one.
Well, there's things from Harbor Freight, you know, that are, I think everybody understands, are that, like, you know, if I need to go get them, I'm going to go to Harbor Freight. And, like, now you can go, if I want a set of pliers, like I can go in there and get a set of dual pliers. I'm going to be relatively okay with using them, or even some of the Icons. And
right, creating a pinch.
Right. Well, even if I wanted something for that I was going to keep for, like, I got the set of Icon pliers, and I haven't been really too terribly disappointed with them as far as doing what I need to get it done. Like they can do them. Do I like them as much as I do my Snap-ons? No, not quite. But I do. I have been relatively. I've been pretty happy with their performance for what they were, and they're $20. It's just the annoyance of not having. If I go in there to warranty something, which I've already had to do this, and they tell me, "Oh, sorry, it's not in stock. You have to check back." That's annoying to me. Like I can't have a rain check or something that says I don't know. I've never had this problem with any other stores, but the fact that Harbor Freight does that, and then I also at times when this Icon wrench deal, I wanted to just try a 15 millimeter wrench. I don't want a whole set of wrenches. I just want to use a 15 millimeter wrench where I can use it on a daily and test drive it and see how it holds up and kind of see the longevity after using it for a couple months. So I can get my own perspective and say, look, here's this wrench. I've used it for 6 months. This is what it looks like,
I'll send you one.
But I have to order it online, and I have to do a whole lot of hoop jumping to get it. And it's like, dude, it's not a store for me because of that flat fact right there that I can't go in there and it doesn't service my needs. It's more of like a dog and pony show. It's kind of a gimmicky store to me, really. And not only that, every one of their stores is set up the same, and they're not really set up to expand. Harbor Freight doesn't have any. They're building all these new stores. You'd think if they're building these stores, why wouldn't they set themselves up to expand a little bit so they could add stuff? And they're really not looking to do that. Not only that, they don't even own these stores. They lease all these buildings. That's why they're all in these strip malls or whatnot, is because I don't think Harbor Freight has a plan to ever stay really around. If they have to, they can shut down whenever they want, fold up shop. And that right there gives me a little red flag of saying, okay, so here's this tool brand that they plan on being around until the money's good, and then it's not good. Like they're not in it for the long haul. If they would, they'd be building brick and mortar stores that they own, and they'd be investing into the communities that they build in, and they'd be putting their footprint somewhere deeper. But to me, their whole marketing strategy is to sell, make money, grow, and we don't worry about taking care of the longevity of the customer. And I've noticed this mentality with several companies now. And it's kind of a new capitalism, venture capitalist move, power move. Like, get in, get out. If you can get your whole family's generation wealthy, who gives a shit? Because they don't have, once they, it's no different than SK Tools, right? SK Tools sold out. And, the new SK is like, well, it's not our problem. They're not made in the USA. We don't care. You're going to get what we give you. All
right, Renegade. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Yeah, but when was the last time you heard of like SK actually? Like, there's no advertising for them really.
No, they don't care.
They're just kind of there. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, there's not any for Snap-on either.
No, well, Snap-on's not really a consumer product, though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the catch. What you got to be. That's the difference.
Right.
It's who they're trying to cater to. They're not trying to cater to professionals. They're trying to cater to DIYers.
Right. Well, why do DIYers think that they deserve Snap-on then? Why are they complaining about it? That's the other thing is I can't get a vote. Yeah, right. I mean that is just the thing though too. There's a lot of questions I have, and it's not for me to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean about it, but
DIYers can have Snap-on. It's called Blue Point.
Well, that's not even worth the price of TN. I'd rather have Icon. I'm not a big fan of Blue Point.
What? Somebody screenshot that, rewind it, record it.
I've said it multiple times, Fluffy. I hate Blue Point, except for the USA made stuff that they have. But I literally hate Blue Point stuff. The wrenches,
those little micro sockets, the Pro Points are a better buy than the Snap-on ones. Those little micro sockets.
Here's another one for you, Turner. Check this out. 3 of my buddies came down from Canada and went to Harbor Freight and were excited to go to Harbor Freight.
And they were brokenhearted.
They said Princess Auto blows Harbor Freight out of the water. Why would you ever want to go to Harbor?
At least you can get their premium tool line. You get singles. You can get singles on their premium tool line.
And I'm like, now I want to have a Princess Auto down in the States because I think it would give Harbor Freight a run for its money.
You want a Canadian Tire, not a Princess Auto, because at least you can get Canadian Tire is. If you're a creator, if you're a creative person, you like designing stuff, where you're a fabricator, Princess Auto is heaven. It's paradise. Like, you can build anything. You can build a whole entire tractor out of Princess Auto. But Canadian Tire, it's you take Walmart, then you take a mechanic shop, you take a tool shop, and tires, of course. Then you have TVs, dog food, cat food, hunting, guns, all that stuff, all crammed in one store. So it's like every redneck's dream.
JWC, I did the same thing when I was in school. For like 2.5 years, bought nothing but Snap-on stuff at half off. Filled up my toolbox. It was awesome.
Hey, any smart person, when it comes to big ticket purchases, always keep an eye out on sales. That's how a smart professional does stuff. You can get some, like, even go onto your Snap-on truck. You can buy clearance tools, and those clearance tools will still be warranted.
I always watch the CP's flyer videos, and I usually get decent deals on that. It's just the Matt guy, he didn't piss me off, but like, I've been trying to get something warranted, and obviously part of it's my fault for not calling Mac at this point. But you're like, dude, I've told him like 3 times, like, hey, I need this, I broke this RBRT thing, I need a new one, And he still hasn't fucking done it. I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm done. I'm over it.
And that's another problem with tool trucks is that bad services.
But he's a nice guy, but it's just like, all right, well, if you don't like, I'm just asking you for one thing, right? Like, I ain't asking for like a whole bunch of stuff. I just would like to get this warranty because it's bugging me that this one broken set, or one broken bit.
Nothing worse than a broken tool that doesn't get replaced.
Yeah.
All of us on here should be promoting this kind of behavior. Don't buy anything unless it's on sale. Only buy it when it's on sale. That's the behavior we should be teaching.
Hey,
Even if you're buying cheap Chinese junk, only buy it when it's on sale. Don't ever pay.
3 people couldn't believe what I said, that I bought that ball joint press for $450 from Snap-on. They think I'm full of shit about it. I'm like, dude, 2 years ago, that's how I bought a lot of my stuff. Jumping on the deals when you get them. Whenever you see the deals, that's what it's all about. Like, keeping your eyes open. You keep a list. There's a guy that taught me when I was working on my cars. He goes, boy, you need to stop just going on the tool truck and buying random stuff. And I said, why is that? And he goes, because you're buying stupid stuff that you don't need.
That's my problem right now.
He goes,
get in the candy store.
He said, you got 3 pliers and they're the same damn pliers. Why do you have 3 pliers? And I was like, well, I'd like the green ones after I bought the orange ones. I like the red ones. I bought the red ones.
I go onto the Snap-on truck. First thing that comes to my mouth, what do you got that was repoed? What do you got that's returned? What's clearance? And then I'll go buy off of that first. It's like, if there's something I need that, hey.
The Snap-on guy had $30,000 worth of repo tools, dude. It was like a
we
were fighting each other. Dude, we were fighting each other. Like, we were literally fighting on the tool truck. Because I was like, get out of there. That's mine. We're buying stuff for $25-$50, Dude, I bought that pry bar the one time. I bought a bunch of stuff. Ratchet. I bought a ton of stuff on repo on the Snap-on truck. Dude, that's like getting a birthday present. Whenever there's repo tools come in, it's like, hey, you got any repo stuff? Boom, I'm on it. But that's what it's all about, though, is finding the deals. Like, you really...
I go on eBay, do the same thing.
Well, the old guy said is buying repos, at least you get the warranty. You'll get the warranty guaranteed, because even repo tools and that are still warranted.
Yeah, but the old boy told me, he said, write down what you want, and then keep an eye out for it. And then if you don't like the price of it, just keep watching it, and then keep asking them. Someday, that tool dealer will finally make you a deal on it, and then you jump on it then.
My rep Dean, I've got a wish list, and if he gets something that's on clearance or a repo and return, that thing's on my wish list. He lets me know right away, hey, I'm coming by the shop next week, and I just got a return on this. I'll give it to you for 40% off. It's on your wish list. It's like, okay, sure.
Dude, my first impact was a tool shop impact that was yellow, and it was a pile of garbage. And I wanted a new Mac impact so bad, but I didn't want to pay the $275. I think what it was. And I literally waited and waited until he had it on sale for $199 forever. And I wanted the red and yellow and black boot with it. And he tried telling me he didn't have those anymore. And I waited for him to get another one in and everything, and it was just. But I mean, it literally took months for me to do that, and I just to save $75.
I'll say one thing. One of the best air kits I've ever owned for the price that I paid for it was the old Campbell Hospital kit. It had like there's 8 different tools. That Campbell Hospital kit.
Full disconnect.
You get good repo stuff on the truck. You damn straight.
Yeah.
Repo stuff is where it's at, man. Good used tools in pawn shops. Dude, I just bought used tools at the tractor show. Not even joking. I bought Mac and Snap-on tools at the tractor show. Spent $40. I bought some flare nut wrenches. Dude, that's all. That's what it's all about. Picking that shit up when you just garage sales.
Yeah, that's right. On some of the things I've been impressed with it. They still have their.
They are definitely they're coming up, but that's just because the whole industry in itself is coming up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
there's some stuff you can really tell. Like, I ain't fucking with it.
How much have you used your Icon wrenches, by the way, Fluffy? Have you used them a lot, or?
I've used certain sizes, so I've used 12 mil. I've used 19, 18. And
how you feeling about it? What's your thought? You've had them for what now? A couple weeks?
They just feel like a regular wrench to me.
Okay.
Honestly,
fair enough.
Like I use it to hold a nut while I'm impacting on a bolt, trying to get that loose. I'm being serious.
Well, hey, I mean,
at least he's not busting a nut.
Yeah, he will. He lets it slip.
I'm interested to see how you feel after a year after using them. I mean, honestly, that's what I'm waiting to see. A lot of these guys that haven't used these things for a long period of time, that's when you start seeing the stuff come out of the woodwork. I got comments all the time from people, and the one thing that drives me nuts is people can claim anything on the internet, right? You got no proof, no videos. I've had like 13 guys tell me they broke Snap-on presses. Show me a broken Snap-on BJ 1P press, because
I've tried to break mine and it doesn't break.
And that's the thing too. Like, so had I made that Icon wrench slip, would it have been damaged? Probably not. But in the real world, again, me personally, I don't use them to the point of failure like that.
Right, but the Torque Test channel showed that the HRC on the Icon wrench is higher, and it is above. Talking to some people that deal with that, the HRC was like 58 on that, and that hardness is definitely can be a factor in how the wrench performs, basically. And that, for me being a stickler about this stuff anymore, I guess when I was younger, I wasn't as concerned about stuff. I have bigger fish to fry when I was younger. I was too busy chasing women and drinking and, all this stuff. Like, my tools weren't as important to me. Now I feel like my tools are a little bit more important to me than they ever have been in my life. When I got in my mid to late 30s, they really started to mean something more to me, and I started taking more of a note of things about them and how they performed than I ever did before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, cause if you have a bad tool, it's going to waste your time.
Right.
And that's when you get older, the time becomes a lot more of a resource than anything.
Annoying. It's 100% annoying to me.
But by the time you've gotten older, you've ended up figuring out which tool's the right tool for the job.
It's just like vessel screwdrivers. I did if I would have how much time I've wasted on ruining screws in Japanese cars because I wasn't using GIS screwdrivers. Yeah. Like, I'm not afraid to admit I was using them wrong for a long time. And now I literally won't put my vessel down if I have to use a Phillips screw, because they're just the best. That's all there is to it. I am convinced that for years I was using the wrong screwdrivers, and now having the vessels, like, there's nothing else that comes close to it. Like, you couldn't convince me. And I've even watched guys on YouTube that are using vessel, and they never say a damn thing about it, but they're always using vessel screwdrivers. And I know that's exactly why, because they figured it out too. Like, dude, these things just work. And Phillips screws are annoying. You know, did you ever know that Phillips screws were only meant to go to 25 inch pounds because they were made for the assembly line to cam out at 25 inch.
So they would cam out.
Right. So that's a pretty interesting fact. And then the JS is, basically overcome that.
J-Dub, I agree with you on that. In 2024, there's so many companies that are going out of business or closing so many stores.
Yep, one mistake and it's crippling in a big business. Yeah, it is. That's another thing. Is it's just, when I look at buying a tool from a company where and you can't even say that at Snap-on safe, anybody's not safe because 100 years in the business versus. But that's the other thing that scares me about Harbor Freight too is that they're still developing this Icon line for 5 years now. It's only been out. Like, who's to say that they don't say, hey, this isn't making us money. We're done with Icon. We're just going to stick with Pittsburgh and Quinn because it's a more affordable brand and
there's more of a margin on it or something.
Right. Well, and if it's selling better, and I can imagine their Quinn line probably outsells their Icon line. To be honest with you, I can almost believe that their Quinn line, because it is a more affordable tool. It's a good tool, and it gets the job done. And I feel like Quinn is a brand that actually has improved to the point where it's almost good enough for pro grade, which is really surprising. Because after getting some of those ratchets that I got, which I kept the Quinn ratchets, they're not a bad ratchet, and I'm like, I prefer it over the Icon.
Is their new one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's basically the same as the gear wrench ones,
Right.
which are solid fucking ratchet.
With Quinn, a lot of people don't know this. It doesn't matter where you buy them because we sell Quinn up here in Canada at a couple stores too. It's not a Harbor Freight thing, and Harbor Freight doesn't own Quinn. But if you have if you have a socket that breaks, you can just email Quinn. They'll replace it for you.
Really?
I have some Quinn tools.
Holy shit! 30.
They will replace it for you.
Do you care if you lose your Icon tools? If you lose your Icon wrenches or sockets or anything of Icon? Or they just literally throw away to you?
But do you know what the scary thing is about our society, North America? We're turning into a consumer society, not a producing society.
Got your ass kicked.
Right.
And when it comes out to that too, y'all were talking about throwaway society, that we're becoming a throwaway society. I'm gonna just throw furniture out there.
Oh, dude.
Y'all try buying dressers or furniture.
Mm-hmm.
How cheap this shit's gotten.
Oh yeah, it's junk. And you're a big man, so guess what? I understand because that shit's like wicker. Big man,
like wicker.
Furniture is kryptonite, but furniture for a big guy.
And it's a modern styles.
I blame IKEA. It's all IKEA's fault. Those damn Swedish's their plan was to destroy our furniture. And
dude, I tried buying a dresser for my son, and all I'm finding is those frames with the cloth drawers that you pull out. What the hell is that?
Dude, well, I mean, look at the cars though. I mean, dude, the cars are mechanically the cars, I would say, engine wise, in some cases have gotten better, but the rest of the cars, I mean, we're talking about plastic interior pieces that crack and heat and the sun. I mean, these cars fall apart before the engines actually give up in them now. Mm-hmm. There's so many cars in the junkyard where the engines are good, but the car frames are rusted. The cars are rusted. I don't really know. I don't understand it, but it seems like, how can we make these engines last, but we can't make the cars last? That's what blows my mind is these engineers have dialed in this, how cars are efficient, getting better fuel mileage and all this, but then this car literally, the engine and all that shit outlasts the vehicle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, furniture, dude, there's a lot of things, man. I mean, dude, phones. Your phone is obsolete in 2 years now? Electronics are a huge waste of money. Your computers, all the stuff. Look at how much money we waste on electronics every year. Now, TVs and dude, and how many years have TVs evolved from basically a TV monitor from where they used to be? I mean, it's just I don't know. We could go on about this all day long. Set a day aside for furnace talk.
DIYers have never rounded off a bolt head or stripped the Torx bolt by using cheap tools, so they don't understand why something's so expensive. You know what? We rounded off, not rounded off, but we're taking off. What the fuck is it called? The plate that holds the camshaft on a LT 5.3 engine. I don't know exactly what the hell it is, but it's a plate that holds the camshaft in, and there's what Torx on there.
Mm-hmm.
The two side ones were a pain in the ass. We broke what 3 Torx, 1 from Mac and 2 from Matco.
Oh yeah.
Could not get that damn thing off. So what I ended up doing, I ended up drilling a hole in one of them and used my RBRTs and fucking shoved it into the bolt shank, ripped it off. Them RBRTs though, them RBRT hex, oh, love those things.
Vicious.
Those things are good as long as they're not the ball head ones.
Yeah, the ball head ones.
Not just the normal hex RBRTs is what I got.
Yeah, I have the T handles and then I have the
saved me
socket
more
ones.
times than not. Especially, why the fuck are they putting Loctite on some of these components? It blows my mind. Loctite with a Torx or an Allen just doesn't make sense to me.
Because fuck them, that's why.
Right? I need a few things. I don't think I can trust a tool called Power First.
Power Fist.
Power Fist.
That's Harbor Freight's low end tool. Then we got Pro Point. Pro Point is their professional tool. Harbor the Power Fist. Don't ever buy Power Fist tools. Buy Pro Point.
It used to be available from Blue Point in Japan. Gotcha. Get a job with. Ew, why? What? Most of my tool truck tools were bought on sale. That's what I've been chasing. I've been chasing the sales because even on the tool truck prices, man, they just keep going up and up and up. I remember you used to get some badass deals, and now it's like, oh, $20 off, $20.
That's the other thing that's going on too now. I think that's a lot of the problem with everything is because inflation's gotten so bad that people are definitely really jumping on the Snap-on hate wagon because you know, I mean, that some of the shit's ridiculous though. I mean, it is ridiculous the price. They jumped that ball joint press up. It was I want to say like 2 years ago it was like $699 list price.
Oh,
they jumped it up $200 on the price. You know, so it is kind of like overwhelming, you know, to say, hey, you know, I was just gonna buy this thing now $200 higher, but they're $800 wrenches. Like those things are just for those five,
too much.
5 wrenches that are like the mountain one, $800 for those things. Like, whoo, come on.
FDX Snap-on 3.8 or 415 would have been
$860 for both.
What's the FDX?
That's their flank drive plus.
Okay.
Flank drive plus sockets don't really turn my crank all that much because they're really tight fitting. You know, they're kind of in the rust belt. It really kind of they're counterproductive. You know, I mean, like you get a little bit of corrosion on the nut and the bolt.
Yeah.
I love
that's what I was dealing with the other day with this pump, dude. Like I had to get I was using MILWAUKEE sockets, but yeah, dude, I had to almost hit them on there just to get them to go on the bolt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You get to doing that about 14 times on a car, and you're annoyed really fast. Like, you know.
Yeah, right.
Give
me an old loose socket.
I need some.
Yeah, give me a picture.
Always makes a deal if you drop some cash up front. Sometimes they don't care if it's cash. They want what they want because they want their cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I pay with my card, but I mean, I always pay up front.
Yeah, for sure. My Snap-on dealer always willing to work on the price with me since he never has. That's a good thing. Captain. making your payments on time and never screwing over your tool dealer goes a long way. You know, you might be in a pinch one day financially, and they're like, you know what, you're usually good for it. Get me next week. I believe I got the best deal, 38-piece furniture set for $1,200 after taxes.
When I went on the truck the other day, he's like, he's got like I think it's his daughter or somebody that like his assistant, and she's like, "Oh, do you have an account?" I'm like, he's like, "No, he just pays cash." I'm like, "Oh."
It ain't nothing wrong with not having a bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jose,
I mean, like, if I needed something that was like really high end, like high price, I'd probably ask him, like, "Hey, dude, can I pay like half now, half later, or something?"
No. I use my 1214s the most when it comes to the mountains.
But like everything I bought from him has always been, I've always paid it up front. Same with the Mac guy.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna roll out.
All right, buddy. Yeah, I'm getting close to shutting this thing down. I gotta work tomorrow.
Same
here. We're already coming up almost on 3 hours. Yeah, work.
Yeah, they called me. They're like, "Can you work tomorrow?" No, I don't want to.
It's not its own thing. It just hasn't been your week.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Well, I told him like, "Oh, it's my wife's birthday," which is not a lie, but I just didn't want to work.
How do you know, Shannon? How do you know that it's like
save it for next week?
Right. Let's do a mix up.
Yeah, it feels like it's way later.
Yeah, do y'all ever use the serpentine belt too?
I do.
The what?
I use the mountain wrenches most of the time.
That's what I use.
Right, like ever since those things came out, I don't think I pulled my serpentine belt tool out of the case.
I had one from Harbor Freight. This was when I barely got in. We started doing dry belts in Express. The fucking the anvil, I guess. It fucking broke off my first use. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I was so mad.
I got like a gear-end set or something like that, and I don't think it's been pulled out of my box for a long time. It's almost become an obsolete tool now.
Mine was the one. It had the crow's feet, right? It had the 3/8 drive with crow's foot.
Yeah.
It's trash.
It depends on what you need to have it for. Like I did a GM 2.4 Acadia. Mountain wrench is not going to work for that. There's not enough bolt sticking out to bite on it.
Right.
Plus, it was also a 1/2 inch.
So yours had the sockets.
Well, I also used the Astro Nano ratchet too.
I want me some Astro Nanos, but
that big long Astro Nano ratchet that's like 20 inches long with the sockets. I've used that quite a bit too for serpentine belt stuff, but I haven't done it. So I don't. There's probably, but I'll be honest with you, I don't do as many belts as I used to neither, because it's just not. I'm not really dealing with replacing parts and doing like a lot of stuff like I used to, because I'm old and I'm and I try to stick to diagnostic stuff, and I try to stay on that side of things now.
Captain, are you a tech, or you do stuff on the sides? OEM service provider, Quinn Group manufacturer.
Who said that?
Captain.
He's a Honda tech. Honda and Toyota, I think he said.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
He said he works on modern, but I don't know if he actually works for a Toyota or a Honda dealer, or.
I'm assuming he did, I guess. Yeah.
Service provider.
Yeah, Nano breaker bar with the wrench nano socket. It's a pretty awesome tool. Pretty handy.
For over 86 different brands. Damn.
All right.
And it's sold in Canada, and we don't have Harbor Freight.
Later, gentlemen.
Later, bro. Yep. That 230,000 when 01 CRV just crossed 325. Damn. It's the thing about them older vehicles, they run. As long as you do the bare minimum, they'll run. All right, turn, go look them up. They're a house brand for Harbor Freight. They are no different than Icon, Yukon, or any of the house brands. For $100, so I thought, damn, you made money instead of losing money. Damn.
Dude, you know what's funny? That extractor, the extractor set I bought from Snap-on, I was like Googling it. Like I just put Snap-on extractor set because I'm like, oh, I know if anybody has it, he'll probably have it in stock, right? and because I needed it for today, and this was Wednesday, and like, there's no way I can get like an Irwin set that fast. So I like Googled it, so I knew what part number it was, right? And like all these eBay things come up, and I'm like, $300? No way, it's $300. And I looked up the sale site; it's like $100, $100. And I'm just like, why are people selling this thing for like twice as much as it would be like if you just bought it from Snap-on's website?
Shannon, I just looked it up. It said IKEA, and it's funny because Magnates Media, was it Magnates? Did a whole video on them too. Crazy. Later DLC. Also bought a bunch of Craftsman X-Track style. Also deals, so I'm currently trying those out. Very similar to RBRT, same manufacturer for sure, just a little different design on the X-Track. Gotcha. I was talking about my shallow frame driver. Oh, not the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go, Fluffy. If you want a set of wrenches that are RBRT, the Craftsman's, what are they called? Overdrive. $75.
No shit.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, Cortez Channel did that thing on them, and they beat out the icons. And they're a little bit thinner, different than the RBRTs. But I'll tell you what, the biggest problem is, unless you deal with extractor bolts, like I have the RBRT wrenches, and I still don't use them that much. And they're not a daily driver wrench because I love 6-point wrenches, don't get me wrong, for like brake bleeder screws and stuff like that. But man, using them every day, just not what you want to do. And they're so tight fitting. Once you get into the rust belt, that's the definite caveat with those wrenches is that they're not something you want to use all the time. They are annoying.
Oh, I bet. What ones do I have? The hex grips from Matco, the sockets.
Yeah, those are a little bit. Those are nice. I like those. Those are like the Astro ones.
They're fucking aggressive.
Dude, I've never had them not take off anything.
Yep.
I can tell you that much.
Yep.
And the times
they'll take off a pretty good rounded bolt too.
Oh yeah, they're to me, they've done everything in an RBRT built. RBRT has never done. I've never seen any difference in. But once again, then the ones they don't take off, they break off. So
true.
You know, and then you're still, like I said, they work 50% of the time.
Fucked.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Whenever you got a stuck bolt, you know, if it's stuck, if the chance, so you got a 50% shot of either getting it off or breaking it off. That's just
if it breaks off, I'd rather get a bolt broken off and just deal with it.
Depends on what kind of bolt it is. You know, I don't want a bolt that breaks off that I have to drill out. You know, like for example, manifold.
Yeah. Well.
You know, like
would you rather it break?
I don't want a bolt breaking off on a bushing on a body bushing or a subframe bushing. I don't want that bolt breaking off.
Yeah, you're right. You
know what I mean? Like that's that's what it all boils down to. So, you know, it just depends on what you're doing, but that's what I'm getting at. Like, you know, when you're talking about a stuck bolt, what are we talking about doing here? You know, like if it's stuck and you can't get it up, like I had a brake bolt.
The ones I see are exhaust mainly.
The or the hex bike sockets. The one deal where I had to use it to put it back in was on a Honda Accord that a guy I was doing a brake job late because he was out of town on a Friday and he needed to get out of town. And I had to put that bolt back and I told him, look, this bolt's trashed. And I said, you know, man, at the end of the day, you're going to have to replace this bolt. Somebody's going to have to extract this again because I put this in with it's damaged. It was rounded off before I got to it, but that was the part where that extractor worked and did its job, you know, because it's a replaceable part. But in my mind, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, man, if this was in a different situation on a different part where you couldn't replace that and it was a stud and you broke off the nut, and now you're like, shit. Or how about if you break a bolt off on a wheel hub bearing? Check that out. You know, you're trying to get a wheel hub bearing off on the backside of a car and you break a bolt off and you can't get these bolts out and it's hanging on. now you got to deal with that business, and that's that's a nightmare.
Yeah, I got you now. I guess it just depends on the location of the bolt too.
Right. So it's worth 50% of the time, every time. That's where I get that from. It really does work 50% of the time, every time.
Yeah, that sounds about my success rate today with extracting bolts. I think I got half of them out.
Right. And then the other half broke. I mean, dude, if they're already stuck, manifold. There's not a guy out there can tell me he's done a GA manifold on an LS and tell me that he's gotten the bolts out successfully without breaking them. It's just, I mean, you literally buy a lottery ticket. If you did that, you go right out and buy a lottery ticket if you get them out. That's all there is to it. It's one of those deals. It's how it works. You know what's going to happen, whether you got the best extractor in the world or not.
When there's 3 or 4 tool guys coming to the same shot and they do make deals or they lose. Yeah, it just depends on your dealer. The snap-on mountain wrenches in the mountain snap-on definitely feel better, but would I buy them again? Probably not. I paid like $550.
But I had a deal for $250. I missed a repo set for $250. My snap-on guy told me to get them, and I said I'll take them. $250 sold. I'll take them. Yeah, and a guy came on this truck, and that he was a good customer of his, and he seen him. He meant to hide him, and he said I couldn't turn him down. And he was giving me cash right then and there. So I was like, whatever, man. Fuck you, you asshole. I was like, I hate you. But I understood. I understood.
Buckets are fired. I have to hop on the Astro train. What up, JL Bill? Like I said, Flo sent me a message. I'll send you a set of Astro have metric nanos. A set that have never been opened. All right, Terry. I'll take you up on that. Y'all take care. God bless and always shine on. All right, Chaka, you have a good night, bro.
You gotta tell him shine on.
Shine on? Oh, shine on. So stuff on the side now. So you used to be captain? Anyone here know how to work on Hondas?
I mean,
you need turbo?
I don't think I know about all the time. Is for some reason everybody brags about their crank bolts.
Yeah, they used to be terrible. Honda Odyssey vans were the ones I hated. The ones, but
Nissan on the 3.5, the VQ 3.5. Those fucking bolts are on there good too.
I know how to work on Honda's, Fluffy. Remember last week I accidentally put the clutch plate on backwards.
Oh yeah. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Mac.
I worked on a lot of Hondas. I think they're great cars to work on. I would put them up there.
People taking advantage of that.
I put Hondas up there as being one of the
Ashley Furnitures.
One of the top 5 cars to work on that I enjoyable to work on. And I don't feel like I want to go home and like drink myself to sleep. Subaru, Hondas, Toyotas.
You know about Honda. That's why my Venom HP hasn't changed the game out here in the Rust Belt. I love that thing. See, Shiny got to tell you, I spent big money on some Ashley furniture in the finish.
They said he'll be back in a minute.
You guys have Ashley's in there?
Your fault.
You guys have Ashley furnitures in the U.S.? Are they solid wood down there? Are there furniture?
All I can say is, yep. You work for Ashley, Shannon, or what? Same thing. I had to rebuild the framework on my 3200. Dang, I was super disappointed never again. That's how I felt about Cons. Cons furniture sucked.
We have Nebraska Furniture Mart, which is owned by what's his name, Buffett, Warren Buffett.
You know what? You want good furniture, you go on Marketplace, or you drive down the street, or you go to the landfill, you grab an old dresser, you repaint it, and there you go.
V6 timing belt on a hand. It should be fairly simple. It's a timing belt.
They're not solid wood down there, Shannon? Oh my God, you guys are getting cheaped out, man.
5 plants.
Here, Ashley's is all hardwood.
5 plants across USA.
I don't need furniture because I'm single.
So
all you need is a dog bed, a bed, and a recliner.
I don't need a dog bed. I got
not all throughout Texas.
She's literally right on top of me right now.
You don't even need a kitchen table. You just need some of those folding TV trays.
I joke. People say they want to. If people say they want to come over, I'm like, well, what do you do? Hang out in my garage? Because I don't even have a TV in my living room.
Dang.
I don't even have a couch in my living room. I was going to replace it, never did, because I never used my living room.
The MDF from Canada.
If I'm home, I'm in 3 places. I'm either eating or I have 3 places. Either eating in the bathroom or in bed. Because I don't have time for anything else.
The only MDF I mess with that I care about is for my speaker boxes.
I actually think that's funny that Ashley's down stateside is making their furniture out of Canadian crap wood. Meanwhile, up here in Canada, all our Ashley furniture is like pine, maple, and oak. we're hosing you guys. It's our fault.
You know, the cheaper shit.
What the hell is a VC box? What the hell is a VC box? I have no idea what that is. I'm not that up on furniture.
VC box.
What is that?
That sounds like that sounds like an IKEA thing, a VC box.
I have no idea what it is.
All right, fellas, I have to shut it down. Yeah, we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. I need to get to bed. It's getting super late on me. Now that I'm waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you poor baby.
Days are long. I know. When you're used to waking up at 8.
I get up at 5:30.
Fuck that.
Man, you auto mechanics just cry all the time. That's all you do.
I wake up whenever I damn well feel like waking.
Fucking Fluffy.
The TV box.
I was like, oh, I guess HVAC techs just cry all the time, huh? Yeah, but at least I get paid by the hour.
I complain a lot, and I will say, I wish I could say that it's because of how they don't get treated. It's because they get treated well. I really don't believe that's the case. Mechanics complain a lot, but I think it's a lot of because of how they get treated. They get treated pretty poorly. And I'm not saying it because I'm a mechanic and being biased, but dude, if you knew if you've seen how mechanics really get, like, parts guys beat down on mechanics, call them stupid, customers call mechanics stupid, service writers call mechanics stupid. I mean, you really have nobody going for you in your corner. No, normally. And I'm not trying to say it to get sympathy, but I've been around this industry long enough that I know that you walk out into a service set or out in the waiting room and people look at you and they're like, oh God, there's the mechanic. You know, like they're you know, it's a stigmatism. It's a stigmatism in the industry.
It's not a stigmatism, it's a stigma.
A stigma.
A stigmatism is something with your eyes.
Right.
That's what I got.
Sorry.
When I was doing construction, people looked at me like, "Ooh, it's a god." But when I got the coveralls and I got my wrench in my head, they're like, out there to rip me off, out there to hose me, out there to lie to me. But then I go and put a hammer in my hand and a saw in the hand. It's like, ooh.
I mean, it pretty much goes hand in hand with
it's retarded.
That's what he does, to go around and say mechanics rip people off. I mean, that's what everybody does. Is it's just a stigma with mechanics. Like you're all mechanics are bad. All truck drivers are idiots. I mean, I don't see it as much with plumbing trades or electricians or anything, but
I think plumbers are idiots.
I get so many comments like that. Oh, scams. All mechanics are scams. All mechanics are scams.
Oh, dude. I mean,
that's why I work on my own cars.
I can sit there and do a video, and I guarantee you I'm going to get one or two comments every video where somebody says, oh, you're just another crooked mechanic.
Yep.
Okay. Well, when you're paying $200+ an hour, because it's coming. When you're paying $200 plus an hour for labor, it's coming. Because there's not enough. There's a 642,000 shortage of mechanics because everybody's been told don't be a mechanic. You listen to people on YouTube. Everybody says,
it's like mechanics themselves telling other people to not be mechanics, and then you bitch that there's nobody to be mechanics to replace you.
I don't ever say that because I still think this is a good trade to be in. It's just the way the trade has been handled and managed by so many people has been wrong, because there's good shops out there that they set up their guys to win. Shop owners have not set up the shop or mechanics to win for so long. They give them jobs that they're not capable of doing and expect them to do them. And it's like, what's the definition of insanity? You keep doing the same thing over and over, and that's the problem with it. They're old, antiquated hiring techniques, the things that they do in this industry. And I take this just based off of like Armin, for a fact, my buddy Armin, Superbike Armin, who has his shop. He goes, I would never hire a guy, and if he's not skilled to do like swapping engines or doing I'm never going to put him on that, even if I don't have a guy to do it. Like, I'm never going to set my guy up to fail. And not only that, he helps him pay a tool allowance. He, buys them lunch every once in a while. He treats them as an equal. And most shop owners don't do that. And I will say, like, Royalty Automotive, I'm not as big a fan of him as I was, but I think his methods of what he does as a shop owner, they definitely they give the mechanic a opportunity to excel at their positions that they're good at. Like, if you're just a brake guy and suspension guy, support them for being that. If you're a lube guy, be the best goddamn lube guy you can be. Like, and that's just it. People think, oh, lube tech can be no, dude, being a professional lube tech could be a very lucrative position. If you're the best damn lube tech out there, you can make money. Do the best at what you're doing and support your tech that you have it in that job for doing it. And these shops don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't do that. They give jobs to guys because there's politics and all sorts of stuff, like flat rate mechanic stuff that it's in dealerships have been doing it forever, where the service advisor, he gives all of this work to this guy and this guy. Those politics, that's the type of bullshit that causes problems and issues in the shop. So let's say Fluffy, for instance, he pissed me off, so I'm not going to give him any work, and I'm going to give this other guy work. Okay. But Fluffy's friends with 5 other guys in the shop, and he starts bitching about it to the 5 other dudes, and then they start razzing the service advisor. You're causing conflict in the shop, and it didn't do anybody any good just because you wanted to be a prick. Like, that
goes along with the title of the video tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's 100%. I understand. I get it. And being a mechanic, I get it. Like, and then you hear people, oh, you're not that good a mechanic. I've heard so many people talk about, I've been a 40-year master mechanic. What's a master mechanic mean? Tell me what a master mechanic means. Tell me what makes you think. I will never, ever say that I'm the best at anything. And I think guys that try to promote themselves as being the master mechanic are the biggest narcissistic people in the world, because if you're a master mechanic, that means you can do anything and everything without question, without fail. And I know for a fact these guys, if you're a Ford master mechanic, which granted, I'm happy you got the title, okay? I'm not degrading that. But at the end of the day, you're a master mechanic of Fords, okay? That doesn't mean you're a master of everything. That means you've mastered. So you're a Ford master mechanic. Great. That's great, okay? But I've seen Ford master mechanics that suck at being a Ford master mechanic. I think that title is also an old, antiquated deal to give you clout to somebody, and it's just kind of stupid. It's
just advertising.
What?
Yeah,
it's just clout? What the?
Well, I mean, you literally have to keep learning in this industry.
Fluffy. Yeah, oh, definitely.
I mean, like, to be a master, there's no way anybody's ever going to be a master when they keep changing stuff. They keep bringing out new stuff. Like, it's just, and a lot of it's test and this and that. And I mean, it's just kind of, it's no pun, but it's fluff. That's what it is. It's all fluff and filler. And kind of giving these titles to people. And then you've got, well, that guy's the master mechanic, so he gets all the work, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, dude. I mean, it's just, it's all about how they're treated. Mechanics don't get treated.
No, being a master comes with a lot of bullshit.
Right.
It's actually kind of funny that you mentioned lube techs making good money. 2 months ago, I took an F350 and I put oil tanks on it, a couple pumps and an electric pump for them. Set a kid up in a little F250 with like all the oils that he needs. That's all he does. He just goes around, does mobile oil changes. He's netting over $10K a month profit.
Dude, my buddy Chris,
doing oil changes.
My buddy Chris, in high school, well, when we graduated from tech school, went to go work at Ford, and he got stuck on the lube rack, right? And 10 years later, he was still there. And I said, Chris, why do you still why are you still on the lube rack? He goes, dude, I've learned how to upsell. He goes, I do windshield wiper blades. I upsell all these little things. And he goes, I bring home 80 grand a year as a lube technician. And we're talking back in the early 2000s. That was good money. But and these customer cars were actually getting taken care of, where other lube techs go, well, I'm a lube tech, so that means I'm nothing. So I couldn't do this. And he was actually being inventive and doing his job to the fullest of his ability and taking care of vehicles the proper way. You know, hey, you got a light bulb out. I just noticed that the turn signal wasn't working, or you got some water in your tail light. All these things meant that he could do these little jobs and make money. And he was inventive for being a lube tech. Okay. And he was the best damn lube tech that I have known to this day of any person I've ever met. And I respected that dude 100%. He had a brand new home, drove a nice car, lived a good life, and worked as a lube tech he's worked a lube tech all of his freaking life. And there's no shame of what he does. None. But
all right, fellas.
Sorry.
I have to shut this thing down. You good, Turner? All right. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good night, good weekend. And Dave's back.
I showed up right at the end. I thought you guys already backstage.
Yeah, it's that bear fur. Right, bear fur. I'm allergic to it, CP.
I got fleas.
All right, chat. Y'all have a good night.
I got fleas and lice.
That's okay, CP. I got the tool for that.
Right on.
Come here.
I'm pretty sure I need tampon.
Oh no. All right, y'all have a good night.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negative